Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, bringing you a hybrid version of Kaniki Answer Me. And during the international breaks, what we're going to do is we're going to do a second part of Kaniki Answer Me, but it's the Irish Hotspur versus. So get in and let us know who you want me to take on each international break in these debates. I'm joined by co-host Jack. Jack, my man, how are things?
No, we have an absolute legend, down below us, who had been asking, to come on to Kaniki Answer Me lots of times, in the chat. And so we figured, Dave, maybe with the international break, kind of looking for, David even felt, he just felt like you just need to speak to someone, someone you need to just give a lesson to, maybe a bit of education to, you might say. And we just thought, maybe this is the perfect time, we bring Alex back. It's good to see Alex as well, the best smile there is amongst any Spurs fan. But also as well, like David said, it's just a little Kaniki hybrid, and who better to start it off than Alex?
Yeah, look, it's definitely one that the fans have definitely been asking for. Let me tell you that. Anytime Alex is in the comments, they're constantly like, they want to see Dave v. Alex, Marcelo v. Alex, whoever. So they've been asking for Alex back on, so we're giving it to them. Alex, my man, how are things with you?
Yeah, good. Really, really good. Yeah, just it's good to be on. I appreciate the compliment, Jack, but I'm not a legend. I'm just a Tottenham fan at the end of the day. Like everyone is, there's different opinions. Just a few things, just to clear up.
Being too humble, you're in the Harris Army now, Alex. You're in the Harris Army now. You got to back yourself a little bit.
Yeah,
you
just a few things. Just some housekeeping. Just some housekeeping. Just before. Just to let some people in the comments just know, because I think a few comments have been made when I've been in the comments. I'm not a troll. That's one thing. Not a troll. If I want to be a troll, I'll be on bloody Twitter, which I'm not really interested in at all. So, because you know what I'm like, I'm not really a comments person anyway. To be honest with you, I get bored of it. So I like to just go and stream a big box office. You know what I mean? So simple as that. So that's one thing I just need to make clear. So yeah, that's what I really wanted to say. And yeah, the gloves are off, David. Gloves are off.
Alex, you really don't help yourself, my man. You really don't. That's trying to be nice to you and everything. I actually do think you're a bit of a cult hero, to be honest with you myself.
Yeah, you are, Alex. You are, Alex. Being too humble. You've been too humble. And I will say to everybody, just as it's almost like a discretion, normally, Dave and I were trying to move towards a bit more educational content, a bit more kind of informative content. I might say, at parts of the times, this debate, these answers, from David and from Alex, they might not be of the educational variety, you might say. So I would say, this isn't, if you're looking for education, David, if you're looking for, the best type of, Spurs content, maybe this isn't the place. This is just going to be an all out, kind of Kaniki Answer Me, just tough debate to tough questions, and it's going to be a little ruthless probably at certain points, but, it's all going to be a good crack at the end of the day, David.
And yeah, look, it should also come with a warning. There's delusional opinions coming from myself
That's
at one end of the spectrum to Alex at the other end of the spectrum. Look, there will be some good points made. Don't get me wrong. There will be some education things in there, I hope. But look, it's just a bit more laid back, a bit relaxed, and hopefully just spread a bit more joy. That's the plan here. But look, before we do delve deep into it, let's welcome in some of the Harris Army and see what they have got to say. Our man Amasia says 100% couldn't agree more. Ben Dallo says, big up, Ben. He says, guys, just want to send positivity and love to you all. Have a friend going through some tough times, and it shows like yours that keeps me on the right path. Ben, I really appreciate that, my man. And look, what I'd say to you is my email is always open. My social media is always open. You're not going to be the first, and you're not going to be the last. Hit me up, my man. No problem. I'm always there to chat to people.
Same here for me, Ben. I would say is, David and I's email, Twitter, whatever you need is open as well, Ben. The Harris Army is also just a good place just to hang out, just to maybe take your mind off of things. So as well, everybody in the Harris Army, while you're coming in, please, just, say hi to Ben, ask him, if he's all right. Just wish Ben, a good evening, good night, wherever he is in the world at the moment. But Ben, pick yourself up.
Yeah, big up, Ben. Big up, Ben. Look, like everything you need to know about me and Jack for our links is all in the description below this video. So whatever one you feel like you want to hit up, or even both, lad, just get in contact. Our man, Arnasia says David was in Ronaldo's nightmares yesterday. Look, Ronaldo was in my nightmares, to be honest with you. It's the other way around.
I was going to say the other way around.
He screwed me over, and look, UEFA, the referee, the whole thing screwed me over yesterday. Stuart Such says, I just realised that England play in Poland next Wednesday. Typical that we are the ones that have the early Saturday kickoff. Kane will be knackered. We badly needed to get another striker. Yeah, well, look, I'm sure we'll get into that. Derek Hutchison, Harris Sammy Rules, come on, you Spurs. Big up, Derek. Hope things are well. James Watson says, lads, guys, big up, Jamesy boy. Hope things are well with you. We have Golden Cock in the building, says, evening all. What was your thoughts on Kane's performance tonight? I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I was on another show. I haven't a clue. And I don't think Jack or Alex even took the time to watch the game. They just...
4-0 spanking is what I heard. 4-0 spanking is what I heard. Kane, Sterling, some other folks ended up on the score on the score sheet. So, yeah, David, big up the 3 Lions.
Never. But Zoe DF says, evening lads, can't wait for this one. Big up Zoe, I hope things are well. Joe Grimes, I'm ready for this. Brilliant, Joe. I hope things are well with you, my man. Rob last night. Hope you got over it today. Paro Miguel Escobardo says, evening lads, big yourself up. Hope
big up, Paro. Well.
Andrew Cotto says, any relation to Benoit Cotto? Let me know. He says, lol, man like Alex, love you guys. Excited to see what you guys are saying today. Yeah, no, big up. Everyone show Alex the love in the comments, guys. Aaron Dove, this should be a laugh. It always is when me and Alex are on together anyway. Dark Sun G21, big up Dark Sun G. I really appreciate Super Chat, man. Says, oh, it's the Mr. 33 and Mr. Easy Pass fan club president.
I hope Dark Sun G, I will say, Dark Sun G, like I said earlier, this isn't going to be the most educational content. You know, Dark Sun G, just know as well, Dark Sun G, I'm coming from a very neutral perspective on all of this. I'm trying to be the moderator on all of this. So Dark Sun G, just know I'm not betraying, you know, my real sympathies, you know, my real feelings, you know, on a lot of these players. Just know that, especially with these questions, just know that, you know, we're trying to be, you know, real professional, neutral, you know, perspective, you might say, with these questions.
Big up Dark Sun G. Wow, man. And just Jack with the disclaimer there, guys. So just know that Jack is here to keep the peace. He's not here to give his views. He's completely neutral today, guys. Cody Max says, yes, guys, how are we? Looking forward to this show. Cody, I hope things are well, man. I hope you enjoy the show. Toffee 20, big yourself up, says Coys. Dark Sun G says, Alex, how did you become a fan of Mr. 33 and Easy Pass?
I don't even want to go into it. I've won the argument already on this anyway. Let's not go there. Let's just not go there. Okay? Honestly, it's like echo chambers with the Tottenham fan base. Like, they have to say the same thing all the time. It winds off the tongue all the time, man. It's honestly, it's boring. It's the amount of times that I've heard about Kane. You know what I mean? And you wonder why I've not been on streams.
He's the best striker in the world. Of course, you're going to hear about Harry Kane every day of the week.
But whatever, he's the right striker. But what is it? We've got a squad. That's the whole point. That is the whole point. But we're mugging ourselves off because we talk about Kane, but then we don't talk about the fact that we missed out on Danny Ings coming to Tottenham. We missed out on other players. We missed out on trying to get rid of other players as well. I'm not mentioning Davis or Winks in that as well. That bunch of players, because I think they're decent still. But that's what I'm talking about. But we're saying that we've had a great transfer window though still. You know what I mean? I got so bored of it. I was sitting there.
Each to their own. We'll break into it, Alex. We'll break into it. Each to their own. Just give me another 2 minutes and we'll let you off the leash, my man. So we will. Cody Max says, Alex, Twitter needs you, my man. No, yeah, definitely does.
It does.
Golden Talk says, Defo Alex is a legend. He takes it on the chin and gives you strange view of winks and a killer smile. That's why everyone forgives him, is because of the smile at the end.
Alex is waiting for Twitter to sign him.
It's
Alex
not
is waiting for Twitter to sign him.
It's not negativity, Eddie. It's just telling the truth, mate. And that's it. If you want to talk about negativity, it's been negativity about what England did in the European Championships, which was absolutely legendary. So that was positive. That's something to be positive about, yes. And let's be humble about that and say that's really, really good at the moment. But I've been
Alex, how can you be positive about losing?
I've been a Tottenham fan for that long, and all I've seen is League Cups. So no disrespect, mate. You know what I mean? Let's take it. Let's make it right. You know what I mean? Let's take it like that, mate.
Evening Star here.
That's just food and drip for me, mate. All day long. All day long. I've got the energy now, mate. You just give me more energy, more fuel. Keep it going. Keep it going. Honestly, keep it going.
I did say there'd be some delusion on here, guys, and here is in full voice tonight. I love it.
Not delusional, mate. Not delusional, mate. I'm speaking the truth, mate. I don't know about you, mate. You know what I mean?
Let us get through it, Alex. We'll get like David said.
Catman Jess says, "Big up, Ben. Harris Army has got your back, bro." Big up, Ben. Oh yeah, Ben. Yeah, Ben Dallo. Big up. Yeah. Big up, Catman legend. Chef Side Spurs says, Alex, you must be buzzing with Ben Davies surviving the cold. We'll get on to that. Don't get him started yet, guys. Anthony Gray says, got to be positive. Top 4 possible cup need to be positive. We're the supporters are man.
Don't make me laugh.
Alex, you are deluded if you think Davies and Winks are good players. Now, look, just let me get through some of the comments. Let me get through some of them. Catman Jess says, Alex going on loan to Besiktas. Terry Agent. We have Chris Black. He says, cleverly is better than Winks. Our man in Asia says, seeing Alex after a long time would be interested to listen to him. Wish Marcelo was here too. Aaron Dove is in the building.
Much, mate.
David, Alex getting wound up already. 1 minute, Alex. Alex, 1 minute, man. 1 minute. David says, Alex getting wound up already. Kev Williams says, even though big up Kevin Williams.
Big up Kev Williams.
Pamela says, oh no, Mr. Negative.
Maybe change that negative to truth, mate. And then you speaking truth, mate. You know what I mean?
Would you rather it be Mr. Truth or Mr. Preach?
Good on you, mate.
If you had to pick.
Me, mate. Really good on ya.
This and that 765 guys. Apparently, you're an Arsenal fan. Makes you even more pleased he's gone. Look, potentially he might be on his way there too. Maui from the Spurs episode says, got the popcorn ready for this show. I love Alex. I'm ready to disagree with 90% of your opinions. Colin show, I thought you need some Spurs love juice.
Mate, I'm loving life, mate. Honestly. Thanks for the concern, though, mate. Thanks for the concern. Thank you for the super chat as well. Subscribe to David Harris, though, even though he's deluded. Anyway, moving on.
Look, big up Murray. Big up Murray.
Big up Murray. Big up Murray.
Yeah, look, I'm in the same. Look, me and Murray in the same boat with the same paddles. You know, we both disagree with 90% of the opinions, but I agree with them.
That's why it's drowning, mate. That's why you've been drowning, mate. You know what I mean? That's why the boat's been drowning. That's why.
Mari, but let me know, Mari, let me know. Is the popcorn drowning in butter? Let me know that, or is the popcorn just does popcorn just have a little bit of butter on the top? For me, I'm just a little bit of butter kind of guy. But Mari, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'll look for you. Whether the popcorn is drowned in butter.
Yeah, definitely do, Mary. Big up for the support, my man. What a legend. Talking ball, what's up, boys? Big up, man. I hope things are well with you guys. And one more super chat to get to here, Jack, and then we will take it on. Just quickly, guys, make sure you do smash that like button. Make sure you do smash that subscribe button as well. We're on a big push for 5K. And also, feel free to help support the channel. Get your channel memberships for the fan show every single Monday, where we get you guys, the fans, on. We get your opinions on all things Tottenham Hotspur. And, look, feel free to help support the channel with a super chat or two. And plus, sometimes, it does get a bit heated in the chat. There could be, a couple of hundred watching at times. So, guys, if you get impatient like I do in a McDonald's queue when there's a Big Mac on order, make sure you skip the queue and get them super chats in, guys. But look, Dark Sun G says, by the way, South Korea drew against Iraq today. It was a very boring game. The Iraq manager was the 2006 manager for Korea. The game was boring, like Jose's Spurs. Jack, what do you want to say to Dark Sun G here?
What I would suspect is, it sounds like maybe that Iraqi manager, or he might not be from Iraq, so I don't know why I said that. But yeah, the former manager of Korea that now is the Iraqi manager. You would think that maybe he has, the team figured out, David. Maybe he has some of the tactics. Maybe he knows some of the players that, are part of the Korean national team now, where he just knows, their weaknesses, knows their strengths. So let me know, Dark Sun G. But with Hwang Hee-jo the other night, I'd like to know if he was featured. I'd like to know how, some of the other Korean internationals that we were speaking about, featured. He even said, that one guy that I hyped up in one of my team of the weekends, he was saying that guy didn't even play for the A team yet. So I'd like to see when he would feature. But yeah, honestly, to be honest, David, lots of fantastic players coming out of the Korean national team, despite this, maybe boring draw, against Iraq. It's still a fantastic, talent base, I would say, at the moment. So Dark Sunji, good to know. I'm quite, honestly, my condolences for a boring game. But honestly, I might say then just look at, the Ireland game and just see what the pain that David is experiencing. Maybe that might make you feel a little bit better. Maybe it might make you feel a bit worse, but who knows?
Yeah, no, look, Dark Sun G, look, it's better than the pain I had to go through last night. CR7, breaking the record for the most international goals ever by a player. And, down in Ireland with the hand of the 12th man, the referee yesterday. Dark Sun G, also, let me know how you're getting on in your World Cup qualifying campaign. I'll be interested to see. I presume you will be there, but just let me know how you're getting on with that, my man. I'll be interested. So, Dark Sun G, big yourself up, my man. And we have one more to get to here. Just quickly, we will take Cody's comment. He says, how am I supposed to feed my kids while this show is on? Lol, they might not get their dinner today. 100% Cody. And Alex says,
David order delivery.
Greatest name on the planet, by the way, name of champions. He says, Alex, why do you always deflect points and end up blaming other Spurs fans? Genuinely can't understand your points. It's all over the place. But Alex, right there, we're going to take Maori, the Spurs fan super chat, and then we're going to kick it off. Jack can give the first question to you, and we'll let you away. Maori says, from that Spurs episode, plenty of butter, Jack, Spurs style.
Yeah, honestly, Mari, if you ask me, Mari, this is the first time, maybe tonight, that maybe the only time I might break, my neutrality, Mari, and it's just for you, just because I love that you answered it. Thank you so much, Mari. Absolute legend. You're an absolute legend. And I would say our offense has been a little bit of butter, David. We're a bit unlucky to, have only scored 3 goals so far after 3 games. I think some of the attacking plays, some of the link up we've had, especially even inside the box, has been quite silky, almost silky butter, the bit of the expensive butter, the butter you might buy, from Belgium, Germany, France, kind of David, kind of butter, I would say. That's been that kind of a silkiness. But the only thing is we just haven't been pulling the trigger. We haven't been clinical enough. And so maybe we just need to get maybe a bit more top of the line butter, maybe a bit Swiss. I'm not sure really, but let me know, Mari, what is the best, but what is maybe a bit of Irish butter, who knows, a bit of Irish soda bread and butter, who knows, but I'm not sure what the best butter there is, but we're getting close to it under the Nuno system. We're getting close to the best butter there is.
Yeah, no, big up Maori, and everybody do get over and check out the channel as well. The Love Lounge where they all sit there and have a beer or two as well. It does get quite entertaining after Maori's
check out Maori's channel, please.
Yeah, big up Maori, absolute legend. Guys, like I say, keep supporting the channel. It's great and it is well needed. And it helps you skip the queue. But look, Jacko, take it away. First question, let's give it to Alex. Let's make him dig his own hole here.
Oh, David, I don't think he's going to do it too soon. I don't think he's going to do it too soon. You're being too but the first one, Alex, I'm just going to ask, we're going to warm up and maybe to, some of the questions you might be expecting. But, the first one is, Alex, with 3 wins, 3 clean sheets, but only all 1-0s. Do you feel like, Nuno is kind of parking the bus a bit like maybe the label that Jose had? Or do you feel like, he's a bit unlucky, to see his forwards and strikers only score 3 goals so far?
I don't think it's both. I don't think it's either, to be honest with you. I think it's just been grinding out the results, and that's it. I have to always state this, and I'll make it very, very clear. It's 3 games in a transitional season.
Yeah.
Like 3 games in a transitional season. I don't envisage us. I mean, I said already, I think we're either going to be 10th or at best 6th this season. Well, maybe 7th or 8th, because I don't think it's got a long way to go. And I just need to say 2 players already in internationals, I might have to self-isolate already. And, 1 player is our new player, who's our centre-back, and 1 player is always injury-prone, which hopefully will have a good season. So, I mean, at the moment, there's players there that need to settle in as well. It was such a mess last season. Such a mess last season that I think Nuno's done absolutely fantastic to get everyone together, get the squad to work together as a team good vibes, positive vibes. So, no, yes, I did. Yeah, big boss fan. I did say that we would be bottom. Yes, I did. Yes, I did say that we're relegation candidates because of the
quickly, Alex. Do you think we could still be there? Maybe that's after this season, or do you feel like maybe it's a bit more than you expected?
It's going to be. I can't predict anything at the moment because I think it's going to be up and down this season. It's going to be definitely up and down.
It's too hard to predict at the moment. Yeah,
because he's done very well. He's done very well. I've just got to say, I'm sorry, Jack, but I have to say this to Bossman. Yes, I did say that we're relegation candidates this season. Yes, I did, because it was such a mess, and you can't say it wasn't a mess after Jose got sacked. You cannot say that.
Yeah,
but the positives of what's happened, especially the fitness. The fitness going back to what we were doing under Poch, and I don't want to mention the name all the time because we need to move on. But he's brought it back to that. The physical side as well, very, very good. It's been brilliant in terms of how he's managed and tried to keep people together. Also, the fact that he's got rid of some of the players like Sissoko, who I did think needs to move on. No disrespect to him. I've got to also say about Aurier, I think it's respectful that he left. I think people have been very disrespectful in regards to him, especially the fact of what he did. He went through when he had his personal thing that happened, and he still played through that. I think people completely forget that. And also he was a popular member of the squad as well, which Alistair Gold's mentioned as well, and it's quite clear on the videos as well. So I mean, I don't think that's not highlighted very easily as well. So I mean, he's done very, very well, and I think we have to see what happens with the signings. But there have been mistakes, and that's been highlighted as well. But I still feel it's going to be a very, very difficult season for us this season. But I think answering the question, I can't really. I think it's
basically. Do you think we deserve more goals, or do you think it's kind of just been parking the bus? Is the original question?
It's not parking the bus. I don't think
he's not been parking the bus for you.
No, it's not been parking the bus. No, because I was at Manchester City. I was at the Watford game. At Manchester City, we played very, very well, very well. I thought Manchester City weren't very good, but we played very, very well. Tanganga was absolutely superb, and I watched it as well. And Skip really impressed me because he starts very badly, but he starts to get composed, and I think he grows into the game. But there's certain players that I'm not impressed with. I will get into that later on because I'm answering the question.
Yeah. Sure. No, and just Dark Sun G, absolute legend, Dark Sun G. And also, I hope you're keeping well, Dark Sun G. As a disclaimer, Dark Sun G, because as a fellow stat man to a fellow stat man, and a fellow, Mr. Easy Pass and Mr. 33, nickname lover to you, Dark Sun G. Just want to let you know, I'm coming with a bit of Switzerland neutrality, on a lot of this, just some of the questions, and everything, I'm just, having to be neutral just so I don't, look like as well that, I'm always coming to David's side, which I know Alex has a good right to, to say. So, just trying to be as professional as possible here, Dark Sun G, but we really do appreciate you and hope you're keeping well, Dark Sun G, especially after this kind of boring display that he watched from Korea, apparently. And he says the head coach for Korea plays very boring football for 3 years. He only has one tactic. The structure we played didn't help. I think he means Wang Hee-jo or Sun. The Iraq head coach was 2006. All players he coached. The Iraq coach was the Korean coach in 2006. All players he coached retired. So I guess, I guess the comment I made then is irrelevant. All the players that, maybe he was familiar with are kind of gone now. That's probably fairly true. But Dark Sun G, I'm quite, maybe he just watched a boring, kind of a display, David, versus, very unfortunate, unlucky, game. So 2 ways of looking at it. Maybe you probably would rather just watch the boring game, but I am quite, I have my condolences, Dark Sun G, that you don't have a very, innovative, maybe Korean Julian Nagelsmann, at the helm over there, someone that can maybe just innovate the Korean side, do a bit more kind of Bielsa kind of football over there. Eventually you'll find your man, though. I have confidence.
What I would say, look, let me know. Look, because you should be beating Iraq. Are you missing a few crucial players, Dark Sun G? That's what I'll be asking you. Let me know, because if you are, look, I wouldn't read too much into it. But look, yeah, just let me know. Let me know if you're missing a few key players, because a boring game with Iraq, like, you should be beating Iraq. Let's be honest with you. So do make sure you let us know, Dark Sun G, and big up for the support. And we have another 2 to get through here, Jacko. Dark Sun G says Korea is off to a worrying start with a draw. That's in the World Cup qualifying campaign. Who else have you got, my man? Let me know who else you have, in the group. And Jack, he says here, this is why I didn't want Son to come and play. If we don't get a win against Lebanon, it would be a waste of energy for Son. I want the manager sacked. What would you say to Dark Sun G?
If Dark Sun G wants the manager sacked, David. If Dark Sun G wants the manager sacked, I want the manager sacked, David. Honestly, if he feels that way, I feel that way. I absolutely trust his judgment on this, and I know Dark Sun G not only is a bit of a statistician, but a bit of a tactician as well, David. I know he's looking at the X's and O's, where each player should be, which players he should be selecting, where they should be playing, how they should be playing, etc. And Dark Sun G, and again, my condolences. It is quite unfortunate when you see your favorite national team, playing a certain way that you don't want them to play, just playing boring football like you're describing. It really is, also because international football is, it's only, maybe some say it happens too often, but it is quite seldom. And when you do watch it for your own team, if you're watching boring football, it is very, very, very unfortunate. So Dark Sun G, again, my condolences.
Big up, Dark Sun G. Look, I don't know how bad things have got for you guys, but if you want the manager sacked,
they have a lot of talent, David. I think he's frustrated.
Well, look, if he's calling for it, Jack, I believe him. Look, this guy, I love his comments all the time. So if he wants it done, I'm with him. Let's get it. Let's get him out. Let's get the North Korea manager out, Dark Sun G, or the Korean manager out, Dark Sun G. My man, absolute legend. Jacko.
Yeah, David, to you, Alex, you might find each other in agreement here. Alex was saying, we kind of haven't been parking the bus. In fact, it's been maybe, I don't want to put words in Alex's mouth here, but maybe 3 different sort of 1-0 performances. How do you feel about it, David?
Look, to be honest with you, you look at the City game. In all honesty, I'm not going to sit here complaining about them beating Man City 1-0. I'm not going to do it. At the end of the day, it's a game that no one expected us to win. If we would have lost, people would have took it on the chin and moved on. So the fact we got 3 points out of that is a huge plus. Look, you go into the Wolves game, I think we could have easily won that 2-3-0, to be honest with you. You look at the ball that Bergwijn should have squared to Ali. He didn't. Son had a chance or 2, didn't take them. So for me, look, I think we could have easily bet Wolves by 2 or 3 goals. But at the same time, I'm not going to complain against a 1-0 win at Wolves away. At the end of the day, it's a win. And again, people probably would have looked at it and said, I probably would have took a draw from that. Then you go into Watford. Should be 3 points anyway. And again, we should have scored more. Dele Alli had a chance. I remember he missed the chance, Dele Alli. Who else have we got? Dele Alli missed a chance against Wolves. Harry Kane, there was one that went across the box that he should have put away.
One-on-one as well. A couple one-on-ones I think we've missed this season.
So, look, for me, I think, even you listen to Son's words after the Watford game, I think it was, Jacko, when he was saying, look, we should have scored more goals. We should be putting these teams to bed. So, look, I do think they have the system to help them. Obviously, we haven't really seen too many of the signings being filtered into the team yet. I do think once they get filtered into the team, you will see a lot better. But look, I get what Alex is saying. Don't get me wrong. I do get what he's saying. It's only 3 games. Everyone needs to hold their horses. But at the end of the day, he's on the Irish Hotspur, and here we are masters of delusion. And for me, Alex, look, the way I like to look at it, I'll be honest with you, is the fact that we could have been in a lot worse position. Think about this. A lot of Spurs fans were willing to write the first 6 games off and just see how we progress after that. The fact that we've won 3 of them 6 games already, and we should be beating Palace, and we probably should beat Arsenal. You're talking about a fantastic start to the season, especially after the way things were last season, how bad they were. I think they're so much better this season. And look, it's just I do think, along the lines, you can't always look to the future if you want and say, oh yeah, it's only 3 games in. But when you isolate the 3 games to themselves, we've got maximum points. What are we moaning about? No one expected us to have 9 points. So
no, you're right.
For me, I think, look, we're already off to a better start than what we were. So look, I think it's a very good start, and I do think we should have scored more. But I do think the goals will come. They will come.
Yeah, I'd like that, a bit of agreement, on the first question there. And, now second question to you, Alex, back again. With Kaniki answering, it's not this time, it's, kind of a bit more back and forth, a bit of tennis, here, you might say, eventually. But Alex, do you see Nuno winning a cup or even getting top 4 this season? You can maybe argue either or both. But do you feel like maybe even as well, do you feel like we've underrated him in comparison to other managers we've been rumored with? Of course, a lot of us, anybody would have taken Conte over Nuno. But do you feel like, the Ten Hags of the world, of course, we did a big bit on Fonseca. There are other managers we've been rumored with. Do you feel like, we've kind of underrated Nuno? Or do you feel like, in comparison, to some of the managers we've kind of rumored with in the past, how do you feel about Nuno so far?
I'm past caring about what the coach is for Tottenham anymore. I'm past caring now.
Did that happen when Poch got sacked, Alex?
Not really. I think it's. I mean, at the end of the day, the fact is, I want to answer the question in a minute. The fact is, the only reason why he's there is because of strategy. Okay, I need to make sure I've got his name.
Because it was his choice, yeah.
It's his choice, and he's the main guy at the end of the day. He's the general manager of the Tottenham. He's the coach, Nuno, and at the end of the day, his position is under pressure because his position can be replaced very easily because Levy's not convinced with him. Let's be honest. And if we don't achieve what we want to achieve, he'll be out. Or don't achieve what we want to is the minimum. He'll be out. It won't be top 4 because we're not a top 4 team. No way, Jose, we are a top 4 team. So that's answer that question. I think we will win a cup because you can't say that the Europa Conference is not achievable this season. You cannot say that the League Cup is not achievable this season. Will I be really excited about it? It's a tick box. It is a tick box. And that sounds really bad, me saying it. But like I said, I've seen Tottenham win League Cups before. But it will tick a box. What I will say, what I was wrong about, and I will admit it last season, maybe because a certain team won it last season, the FA Cup, I want to win that. I don't really care whether it just gets us into Europa League. I really do not care because that really got on my nerves seeing Leicester winning it last season. Really got my nerves. And to me, we should be much more better than them. And that's the standard I'm looking at the moment. I can't look at Manchester United. I can't look at Chelsea. I can't look at Manchester City. Liverpool, to an extent, I can look at them, but I think they're still farther away, even though they should.
You mean like comparing them for top 4, right?
Yeah. I can't do that at the moment, unfortunately. So,
and then in terms of a cup, how do you feel like is the FA Cup possible? Is the Carabao possible?
I think it can be possible, yes, because it is. You can anything happens in the cup. Anything can happen in the cup. So I think it is very possible this season. But I think
is it anything possible just because in general, or is it because it's new now? Do you feel like?
No, I think it's. Well, maybe because it's a positive vibe, but I can't really answer that question until January, March time. I can't answer that question.
Good,
because I think some of our players will be trying to set, because the thing is though, because it was such a mess, and I think Nuno's done very, very well during pre-season. I've got to be honest. He's got the squad, like I said, the squad is together, and everybody's fighting for each other again. And it's and the fitness thing is very impressive as well, because like I said, you'll see at the end of the game, last 15 minutes, hopefully, we're not, we're trying to get another goal or something like that, or we're not letting in goals late on because we've got the energy and the mindset to keep our concentration, which was a trouble last season because we weren't fit. We weren't fit we weren't fit really. We were not fit, not really at the stage where certain elements of the game our mind wasn't fit enough to be alert to make sure we didn't let in a goal, or alert to try and get another goal, a goal late in the match and win a match or get a draw in a match. And that was crucial last season because Mourinho didn't believe in it. So I think I've been very impressed with that, and I know they're trying to improve it because I heard that they're trying to get another fitness person in to try and improve that even further. So that's going to be important as well. So, but this season, this first part of the season is trying to get a pattern of play, settle in, because we didn't have that time to do it during the pre-season because it was such a mess. And Nuno didn't have that much time to sort all that out, all in pre-season. Most of the players came later on in the summer transfer window. So
just on that quickly, Alex, then would you not give like Nuno and the squad a lot of credit then? Because you're saying they haven't had time to settle in, they haven't had time to do this, and so you're saying basically on your logic, if they settle in, we're going to get worse, even though we started the first 3 games with 3 wins. You know what I mean? So surely if they're going to settle in, then things will only get better and improve from here on out.
No, I didn't say that. I don't think you understood what I was trying to say. I'm saying the first part of the season, they need to settle in.
I get that. We've already won 3.
And so I can't say that's going to not drag into the second part of the season. I can't say that at the moment. You see? Because it's too soon to start making that conclusion. I'm sorry, but Gil is not going to settle in very quickly. If he does, there will be a point in time where he's going to have a bad run. There will be a point in time because teams will find out about him and figure out how to play him, and then he'll have to try and evolve his game. That's why Bergwijn has been struggling. That's why I was so annoyed last season when Burl came in, stopped his development, and he was playing well last season because he was defending back, and that was the problem. He just didn't have that run, and now he's lost his confidence, and now he's getting back that confidence now, but it's just going to take time for it to do that. And I think Nuno is the best manager to do that because I think as long as you're working hard for the team, you can see that there's something going on there, I'll say. It's definitely a creative problem at the Tottenham. I was there at Watford. There was just times where we were just passing it. Just wasn't the final pass. Couldn't find the final pass, whatever.
But Alex, you're saying that we still have time to settle in and still find, you know what I mean? So surely then that will come the more we settle in.
Yeah, but like I said, that will come with games. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I am saying.
And so I think because of that, there will be games where we will come unstuck, unfortunately. So that's why I'm saying that it's not going to be it's going to be an up and down season for us. And it's not easy for me to say this, but it's just being a Tottenham fan for so long now, you've got to start being realistic for yourself because at the end of the day, it's only hurting you at the end of the day. You've got to start thinking about, your own psyche about this whole thing, really, because, I've seen so much disappointment in my life as a Tottenham fan. You just know, it can happen, unfortunately, and unfortunately, because it was such a mess, because teams like Manchester United had their players in quite soon. Obviously Ronaldo came in at the transfer window, but most of the squad has been settled in during the pre-season. Leicester already got their players in, I think, before.
Yeah, but we have more points than all of them, Alex. This is the point I'm trying to make. Everyone you're referring us to and saying about they have players settled in, we have more points than all of them. And so surely, by your logic, if our players
that's only 3 games.
Yeah, exactly. But you're saying, well, Leicester's had time to settle in, Man United's had time to settle in. We've more points than all of them after 3 games. So by your logic,
then but that's only 3 games against Manchester City, which we did well against.
You're missing the point here, Alex. You're missing the point. You're talking about Leicester and United, and they've had time to settle in and everything else. We've more points than them after 3 games. So no matter what you say about these guys and them settling in, we've more points. So then, if we're using by your logic, then surely that means then by the time we settle in, we're going to be streets ahead of these teams.
No, we're not, David. That's not the no, David. I'm sorry. that doesn't work. Unfortunately, that logically does not work. Okay, because unfortunately, it's going to take time for the players to actually understand each other and do things. It might hit off straight away. You don't know. We're speculating at the moment, but logically, unfortunately, the squad just needs to, because they don't even know the system yet. Most of them still. So still, some of them are still getting used to each other, how to play, what to do, especially if we're losing 1-0 or something like that. What's going to happen then? You see, there's more pressure on the team, isn't it?
That's the thing. We can deal with that when that comes, Alex. At the end of the day, we're 3 from 3 and no one expected us to be here. We can deal with all that when it comes. That's all ifs and buts. That's all further down the road. But right now, we're 3 from 3. 9 points. So and even you cannot sit there and say that you wouldn't have expected that to happen.
No, but this just sums up my point. You just made the point now. You said we're 3 from 3, so we're not doing too badly then, we're thinking then. But it's like,
but we're not. You can only take us off the first 3 games.
Exactly.
Everything else you're saying is puts. Yeah, but everything else you're saying is
then. What are you going to say then?
Do is take everything off the first 3 games, and you look at the first 3 games.
What are you going to do when we lose the next game? Then what are you going to do when we lose?
Yeah, that's ifs and buts. That's all ifs and buts. That's further down the road. Every team
exactly, but then I bet you're going to start having to complain about some of those players though. It's so surprising now. Everybody's now talking about Dyer and Sanchez saying, "Oh, they look that bad at the moment." Not really bad at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. At the moment, being the key part.
Do you feel like, but Alex, maybe to freshen it up.
Sanchez last season. Sorry, Jack, but I have to make this point. Everybody was saying about Sanchez saying he was useless last season.
Yeah, he was
useless, and maybe he was useless last season. But it was alongside him, by the way, David. Let me remind you about that. Alderweireld was Alderweireld the leader? No, he wasn't. So I don't know what you're talking about. When Vertonghen was alongside Sanchez that first time of the season when he first came in, he was the best defender, wasn't he? Because he had a leader next to him. So there is some logic to it. You know what I mean? There's some understanding of it, and that's the thing. But Tottenham fans don't look at it. There's this thing, we get spun.
No, we do look at logic. I get what you're saying about.
I'll tell you some facts. Facts that I saw against Watford. Yeah, the defender that everybody talks about, Reguilón, everybody jumps about because he comes from Real Madrid. He got spun against Watford. Got spun how many times? And that's supposed to be a top left back. And everybody talks about Ben Davis. Useless, please. Honestly,
no, he's probably made more errors to goals than Reguilón, to be fair. Alex, 1 minute. Look, I get what you're saying about Dyer and Sanchez. I fully get it. And at the end of the day, when people are saying they had a bad season last season, it's the truth, right? But at the end of the day, he's coming to the start of this season and they've performed, right? I get what you're saying. The inevitable is going to happen. They will stop performing. But don't forget, you have Joe Rodon to come back in, who played well when he played in the Spurs jersey last season. You have Tanganga, who will end up probably moving back into a centre-back option at times. And you have our 55 million man who was brought in to replace, by the way, a 33-year-old Toby Alderweireld who was slowing down, right, still to get into the team. Harry Kane is only back in the team.
Oh, we go.
You know, there's still the thing is, I get what you're saying, but you know, with the Dyer and Sanchez at the minute, Alex, it's only a don't fix it because it's not broken. But that's not going to last. We're not expecting it to last. But like at the end of the day, after the first 3 games, happy days. You're talking about Ben Davies being better than Reguilón. Now, just hear me out. Why does Reguilón have the number 1 left back spot and Ben Davies doesn't? And Ben Davies has 8 years to get it.
Because he's just got pace. That's it.
So no. So basically, what this tells me is, let me say this. Jose Mourinho thought Reguilón was better than Davies. Nuno thinks Reguilón is better than Davies, but you think Davies is better than Reguilón.
We'll get on to these, though. We'll get on to these because these are questions, Ed. And I was going to say, we'll just get on to those later. But I had an interesting follow-up for Alex there. But Dark Sun G first. He's saying Iran, Lebanon, United Arab Emirates, Syria, and Iraq. I think those are that's Korea's group. That's definitely interesting. And he says a very tough group. I'm frustrated because we played at home and drew. The next game is also at home, so I want to win. Yeah, you definitely need a home win. That's very, very frustrating. That it seems like the last game as well. Iraq at home, David. Like you would just think Korea, it'd just be 3-0, 2-0. You know, maybe a scrappy 1-0 win, but it just seems like just be easy for them. And honestly, Dark Sun G, yeah, I can tell honestly. everybody in the comments, please help Dark Sun G. Clearly is asking for a manager to be out the door. He clearly is desperate for the manager to be out the door. Anybody that wanted Southgate out, please just look at this man. This man is clearly suffering. You can tell if you're having your team with that much talent, drawing against Iraq. I mean, just shows Dark Sun G again. I'll say it a million times. My condolences. David, anything to say to, him having even worries about this group?
Yeah, you shouldn't really be having any worries. You should be slapping every single one of them teams. Look,
except for Iran, I would say maybe Iran has probably a few players here and there, but that'd probably be it. Yeah.
Yeah, apart from that, but look, they should be coming out top of the group, to be honest with you. And look, what I'd say to you is it could just be a bad first game. Could be just settling into things. I would expect you 100% to get out of that group, though, Dark Sun G. So, look, I wouldn't have any worries, my man. I get it, you're angry after today's result, pissed off. Look, it's the life of a Spurs fan over the last couple of years. You're just living the life, continuing on over international break. But look, things will get better, man. I've always just that's how I get through Ireland games, to be honest with you. I just sit there with the hope one day it's going to get better. So that's what gets me through. So Dark Sun G, maybe that can help you, my man. Oh, sorry.
My fault, Dave.
No, we have a couple more to get to here, Jacko. So go on, take it away, my man.
He says, Alex, Man U didn't have Varane to settle in yet. Remember, he was announced during the first or second game they even played. Alex, if you have any response, to Dark Sun G here, I think he does have a point. Varane, of course, it felt like we knew about it way ahead of time. But, how soon was he really, embedded into the squad, ready to be put into the squad? I mean, he was even kissing his teammates goodbye, it felt like only just a week ago from Real Madrid. So when you do consider that.
Respect to you, Dark Sun G, for the super chat, because I know that you do a lot of super chats on other channels.
Be nice to him now, Alex. Be nice.
No, I'm being nice. I say thank you. Big up to you. No, I think that's still you don't know. We don't know how signings are going to end up. At the end of the day, he might become a very good signing for Manchester United. On the face of it, it's a very good signing, shrewd signing for Manchester United. But you don't know how it's going to turn out until the player plays.
Just on that though, look, that's the same with every signing you make. Every single signing you make, you don't know whether they're going to come into a squad and play well. But at the end of the day, you know what you got, and you have to bring in signings to be able to try and change that course. So we can say that about every signing. You don't know how they're going to get settled in. You could say that about United, Ronaldo going back to United. You don't know how he's going to settle in and play. You can say that about every signing, Alex.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's down to the actual recruitment as well to make sure they do it right as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, from what I see at the moment, I think they've got Paratici has got a strategy. Whether you agree with it or not, it's another thing. But he sounds like he knows what he's doing. I didn't agree with him coming in, to be honest, because I think Rangnick, even though there are things there with him, but I think Rangnick would have been all right for us because I think he would have been a good overall sort of thing, trying to develop coaches within the Tottenham hierarchy and as a way of identity as well. But so far, and also his the way that you see him on the touchline as well is so interesting. Seeing him, having to go at some of the players and stuff like that. Really seeing his passion as well on the sidelines. It's really, really interesting as well. And it does endear you to him as well. As is Nuno as well, to be honest with you, because I think he's been through a lot as well the last year or so, from what I've heard. Again, from Alistair Gold, from what I heard as well about his family. But yeah, it's a very impressive start, and he looks like he knows what he's doing. But it will tell to see what happens where Tottenham are in position, what position we're in the next few years. You see what I'm saying? So that's the way I'm going to have to judge it, really.
Yeah, but no one's asking you about the next few years, no matter what.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe we'll come back to you in the next few weeks, Alex, is maybe what is the correction I would give. But Kev Williams here with a super chat saying, not had a chance to criticize Dyer as he's played too well. Definitely, I would say even as well, Kev Williams, if you did see Kev, he's nominated as our kind of player of the month and he's going up against some pretty decent strikers, some pretty decent players in good form, and plenty have backed him to, maybe even make kind of a finalist kind of appearance, because, we do have 3 clean sheets.
Yes, I will say this. So, sorry to interrupt you, Jack, but I will say this. I would have not minded him leaving. I would have not minded him leaving. My reason for it is I thought it was time for him to move on. He is a foreign player. Whatever we say, he's a foreign player technically, because he came from a foreign player academy. And I thought we needed a leader, a left-footed leader. He is a left-footer. He's both-footed, isn't he? And he has got some leadership qualities. Whatever he does have a shout a lot of the time as well, and trying to marshal the defense. But I think unfortunately he has declined, and I think we'll see what happens over the season. But I'm a bit concerned over the season whether he will continue with his form, to be honest. Another player as well that I thought should have gone is Doherty. I think Doherty, for me,
it's a hard one to get done, and after one summer though, you might just have to just bite the bullet and just realize it was just a poor signing.
Yeah, I do agree with you, but I just think I think the age. I'm not trying to.
It was a poor signing, is probably just what we have to admit.
That's the thing. I think I did have that feeling. Really,
would you not give him as much time as Ben Davies and Harry Winks? No.
I'm
just saying, because you do give Ben Davies and Harry Winks.
I give Ben Davies no, because I think.
And now because it's another player that hasn't, you're actually telling the truth about. I'm
not going to say that I'm part of the Ben Davies fan club, but
you're CEO.
No, I'm not the fan. I am not the fan of the Ben Davies fan club. I think he gets a hard rep. I've got to be honest. I think he gets a hard rep. And I think, unfortunately, Winks as well gets a hard rep because he doesn't know his position yet. I think.
Yeah, how old is he, Alex?
So we're getting on to this, David. David, like I said, we're getting on to this.
I'm going to be respectful to Jack with his questions, and that's it. Yeah.
No,
we're saving for these questions, lads. We're saving for these questions. It's got to be constructive. It's got to be constructive to to a degree, everybody. But Alex, any last words? I think what were you going to say there? Sorry, I interrupted you.
I mean. Yeah, like I said, I think that those players, for me, I just didn't see a future for them. The players that have left, like I said, I have so much respect for them and thank you for their service as well. But I'm glad that some of them moved some of those players on, because we have to move on. And I think on the face of it, it was good, but I do think we wasted a lot of time on certain things, which I think we'll get onto further on in the stream, so I don't want to go on too much on that.
Appreciate it, Alex. I appreciate it. And then Dark Sun G, yet again, Dark Sun G as well. Before I forget, absolute legend as always, Dark Sun G. Really do hope that maybe you can just find a bit of solace, a bit of therapy, in the episode tonight. From that boring game that you had to deal with, from the manager troubles that you're dealing with as well, Dark Sun G. And hopefully, Dark Sun G, just the next couple of days, just go right on by, and you're just warmed again by Nuno's presence, warmed by his beautiful, intelligent, tactical presence, and just get rid of, the thoughts of the manager that's currently managing Korea. But he says right here, Alex, Mr. 33 gets spun against Farmers and West Brom. Also, Reggie had trouble for only 10 minutes. I think he means against Watford. Mr. 33 is for the full 90. Reggie doesn't get spun by Farmers at all. I would say, Dark Sun G, it's exactly how I feel about it. But again, Alex, how do you feel about this? Because I know it's directed towards you. But please, there's a question coming later towards it. And Dark Sun G, you're way ahead of me. You got a quick brain, Dark Sun G. You're ahead of me. We'll get to the Ben Davies question later.
Someone quick Alex up so I can get a word in. Come on. I haven't spoken about 40 minutes.
Respectfully, well, you speak too much, mate. Anyway,
you do. You've been on for the last 40 minutes.
Got you there. Right. Yeah. Respectfully, Dark Sun G. I'm sorry, but I don't agree with you. But thanks for the super chat, though. Thanks for the super chat.
Dark Sun G, to break my Switzerland neutrality, absolutely agree. I mean, who wouldn't remember the time that Ben Davies just got spun in and out, almost like, you would spin a towel over, a clothing line, just got to, rinse it out. But as well, Dark Sun G, I do absolutely love Reggie. And every time, I think the only reason we love Reggie so much is just the players that we compare him to. That's the reason we love him so much. But let me know, Dark Sun G. And Dark Sun G, like always, Dark Sun G, as always.
Because you like him because he comes from Real Madrid. That's why. Real Madrid player.
It's a very nice kit, Alex. It's a very nice crest, Alex.
Real Madrid. You know what I mean? It's just because he comes from Real Madrid. Oh yeah, he's a fantastic player. Fantastic player. And then he said that. Oh, by the way,
Alex, all I gotta say, Alex, just quickly, if only Cardiff City had as good of kits, if only Swansea has had as good of kits, I would say maybe then Ben Davies, I'd be saying the same. But Dark Sun G, big yourself up. Absolutely appreciate you. You're an absolute legend. And again, Dark Sun G, I do apologize. This is not as constructional or as educational as maybe it always is. But Kev Williams saying, I have hope that Nuno can get Doherty to play well. Kev Williams have always said maybe Nuno can be the Doherty whisperer, but it seems like that day by day is starting to lose confidence. So Kev Williams, we'll keep an eye on it. But like I said, Nuno could be the Doherty whisperer. He's the only man left that can fix Doherty, you might say, and even Alex agrees. But Dark Sun G, absolute legend again. I'll say it again. And he says, FYI, I don't watch Real Madrid or Serbia or maybe Syria, so I don't have a bias only because Reggie is from Real Madrid. I only look at performances. Mr. 33, I barely see him because he's Mr. Anonymous. Because he's Mr. Anonymous.
All the time, like last season.
Yeah.
I'm playing peekaboo with Alex in the stands.
Yeah, Dave, you get to respond to this one, Dave. Dave, you get to respond to this one. I've been giving Alex too many of the super chats to respond to.
No, look, are we sure we don't want to let Alex let anything else off his chest here now? Anything else?
Oh, Alex, Dave, you can't be conceding another one. You can't be conceding another one, David. You're already conceding too much,
David. Jack, let him speak because you can see he's bursting. He's bursting at the seams to say something. Look, here's the floor.
Well, I have been waiting 55 minutes.
Dig a hole for yourself again and again and again and again and again. Dig a hole for yourself.
I've been waiting 55 minutes.
Giving the floor to you. Here you go. There you go. And then I'll get my violin out for you as well. There you go. Look at that. Bringing it out for you there. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it there. Look at it. Oh, looking a bit blush now, isn't it? Looking a bit blush. Anyway, there we go.
No, I'm just have that swag from sitting on top of the league, lad. The way you're going on, you'd swear we're sitting bottom, we'd swear we're Arsenal. If you want to be that pessimistic, go and follow the Gooners, lad. But look, now that we actually are, back down on planet Earth and back to reality, and Alex has taken his head out of the stars. No, look, big up, Dark Sun G. Really appreciate the support. Look, I'll get into Mr. 33 when we get on to him. It's been that long, I forgot what the question was, so I'll have to go back.
Ben Davies, by the way.
I think you answered it. I think, David, just maybe quickly answer it because as well, it's only a good time just to plug, your predictions, in the Premier League. David, do you feel like, Nuno is getting top 4? And David, do you feel like we're winning a cup?
Yeah, look, I definitely think top 4, 100%. Look, 5 points off top 4 last year. Can't get any worse than what we were last year. We've brought in players to be able to counteract some of the problems from last year. Haven't covered it all, don't get me wrong. But we've covered, I think, enough. Look, at the end of the day, I'm basing my logic off missing out on top 4 by 5 points last year. I do think we'll be able to make up that gap this season. We're already 3 wins from 3, so that's already probably 4 extra points than what I thought we would have had at this stage, being honest with you. So I'm all happy. Do I think we can win a cup? Jack, I go into every season believe we can win a cup. I'll go into every season believing, we can win the Premier League. I think every team should go into the Premier League believing you can win it until it's mathematically not possible.
Get out the polishing equipment.
Yeah, no, look, definitely a cup. And look, when we do bring one home, hopefully Alex is there ready to polish it and give it a big kiss. And, maybe he might start smiling a bit more often.
Yeah, and here it is, guys. Here's the big one, as we've always been waiting for. Alex, I'm going to come to you first again. What is Ben Davies' best position in your eyes? Where do you feel like Ben Davies, can be best? It can be best used. And then, is he a good squad player? Is he better than that? Is he better than a squad player, Alex? And then also, is he playing above his level at the moment in the Premier League? A lot of these questions, you can address maybe one at a time, just one of them, however you feel, Alex. But what do you feel like is Ben Davies' best position? Do you feel like we're not playing him in the right position?
His best position is at left back, but you can argue that he's a good left-footed centre back as well. So I think.
Why do you feel like that is?
Because he's got the nous and the defensive mindset to defend, and he is very good at the last-minute tackler as well, because he's saved us in certain situations as well before. So yes, he has lost a lot of pace, I've got to say, but I don't think he really relied on his pace a lot of the time. So I think I think he's he's a very good left-footed defender, and also I would say he's he's got some leadership qualities as well. I mean, that's proven in when he was back in the internationals as well. So for me, he's a very good. Those are his best positions in the team. He's a good squad player. It's proven the fact that because Sessegnon, unfortunately, at the moment is not ready. He's more a left midfielder at the moment than a winger rather than a left fullback at the moment. And David kept on saying to me last season, he's going to come back and he's going to, take over that second spot as a left back. And I said, well, no, he's not ready. He's not ready. And, it's proven because he's not even in the team. So for me, and also Cedric, I was told, what's his name? Hopefully I've got his name. I haven't got his name wrong. I do apologise if I get his name wrong. The player that went to Sunderland, he's going to come in.
Sirkin.
Maybe the Sirkin, and yeah, maybe he deserves an opportunity as well. Maybe this could have been this season, really, but he wanted to leave and he didn't think he was going to get any opportunities. So
probably because Ben Davies would be playing ahead of him, and he knows Ben Davies is going to be getting the spots. Alex.
Well, no, but I think it's a very important to keep and he's not he's not the person that's causing all the aggro in the team. He's a very good player, got a good attitude on him. I would say I think the documentary didn't really help him when he said about we need when new players was touted to come to the club, and he says that we don't need any new players coming in. I don't think that really helped his case, but I think that's just the documentary, and a lot of things are heightening that sort of thing, really. So,
do you feel like he's a good squad player? Ben Davies,
yeah,
is he a starter? Do you think he should start ahead of Reguilón? Should Reguilón be looking over his shoulder? You feel like a Ben Davies?
I think so. I don't think he's that great.
It's not. Do you feel like Reguilón is not an instant starter?
He's not an instant starter. Reguilón needs to improve his game, because if you're telling me that he's a very good left back, well, he got compared to players like, for instance, Luke Shaw, not better than him. I don't even think he's an international at the moment.
Yeah, but he's not competing against
who's that? The left back for Chelsea doesn't compare to him either.
Alex, stop this. We're not talking about these other clubs because he's not competing against them. He's competing up against Ben Davies at Tottenham Hotspur. Stop.
Well, Ben Davies.
Hold on a minute. Stop going into Luke Shaw and all these other players, because that's not who he's competing against. You're deflecting the attention away from Ben Davies. So Ben Davies is competing with Reguilón. Talk about that. Not any other players at any other club. Shaw, the likes of that. He's not competing with them. So don't do it. Don't even go there.
That just sums up my argument. It just sums up my argument, because you just want that to sort your agenda. I
want to talk about
your agenda there on Ben Davies. It sums it all up perfectly.
The Irish Hotspur, Tottenham flag up there, not Luke Shaw, Man United and Chelsea.
Well, like I said to you, he's not class. I'm sorry, he's not world class. He's only got a cross on him, and he needs to do better. He's got.
Does Ben Davies have a better cross? Do you feel like Ben Davies, when he, of course, maybe he's a bit more conservative?
He's a better all-rounded defender, and he can get forward. And I think he's very unlucky. Unfortunately, he just hasn't got pace. So I think.
Do you feel like then in that case, if he's a better defender, a lot of people, even in the comments have said, Reguilón did fantastic against Ismaila Sarr. Do you feel like Ben Davies, would have done the same job?
Yes. 100%. Maybe Reguilón's got more pace than him. There's no argument on that. Definitely not. But I'm sorry, Reguilón is just, everybody beats him up too much. I think he's very unlucky, Ben Davies. Very unlucky. Because I think, unfortunately, he's found wanting Reguilón. Reguilón is not that great. He does need to step up his game. And I'm sorry, David, you just
quickly,
makes your agenda better because I mentioned Luke Shaw. It doesn't really help your agenda against Ben Davies. That's what we're saying.
No,
I think
Luke Shaw is not.
That's what you're saying to me. That's what you're saying to me. So I'm sorry.
Right, when you finish,
if you want him to be the best left back, you're saying that you want the best player in your position. You've got to compare yourself to some of the best people in the Premier League. And he can't touch.
Okay, well then compare Ben Davies. Okay, let's start comparing Ben Davies with some of the other best left backs in the Premier. Do you want to go down that route? At the end of the day, let me 1 second, right? So I've sat here listening to you give all the cons to Reguilón, not one to Ben Davies. The only thing you mentioned about Ben Davies, let me be honest, right? Now hear me out before you interrupt, is you said, oh, he might have a lack of pace, but that's it. You said he's good at going forward. He's absolutely shocking. He gets a nosebleed when he goes past the halfway line. You said he's good at defending. Last season, I had to see where Eric Dyer was to see where Ben Davies was behind him. You know, look, honestly, I just think maybe, look, your love for Ben Davies goes a bit deeper than most. Look, and again, look, please, can we just talk about the Tottenham players? I don't want you going off deflecting about, Man United and Chelsea for two reasons. Because one, it means I have to sit here and be quiet and listen to your delusional antics for another 10 extra minutes. And two, right, we're not talking about other Premier League players. Ben Davies is not competing with the likes of Luke Shaw and all these. And the reason why he's not is because he's never ever going to be capable of it, right? At the end of the day, he's competing with Reguilón. So if we're going to be talking about Ben Davies and Reguilón, let's stick to Ben Davies and Reguilón and none of this other crap deflecting away from the attention. At the end of the day, Ben Davies has been here, I think it's nearly 7 years now. Correct me, I could be 1 year wrong. But right, and he's never nailed down the left-back starting spot. Reguilón has been here for a year and a half now, going on 2 years, and he's already nailed down the left-back starting spot. And the only way Ben Davies gets in is when Reguilón is injured. And when he does get in, he gets spun. He actually gets spun more than a windmill, Alex.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
He does. No, he does.
He doesn't.
And at the end of the day, look, at the end of the day, look, this is what I wanted. I wanted to bring Alex. Look, Alex has been calling me out in the comments for weeks, and it's time I took him to school. And I've done it already.
You're not taking me to school, David.
I'm not finished. I listened to you for the last 45 minutes. I'm not finished, right? So, look, at the end of the day, I've caught you out. Because everything you said about Reguilón was bad and negative, and the only thing you said about Ben Davies was perhaps he lacks a bit of pace. That's it. So at the end of the day, look, the job is done here. Can we move on to the next question, maybe? I think the job is done here, Jacob.
Oh, but David, I'm not sure. We might have to take Alex, final words before we get to the Super Chat break. It will be take a quick break with the Super Chats, Alex. Yeah. So any final words? Any final words, Alex?
I'm sorry, Jack.
No problem, Alex.
You're not getting away with this one. He's a good player. And I'm telling you now, right, he'll still be at Tottenham next season. And he'll still show that he's a good defender and a good left back and a reliable left back as well. So I don't know what you're talking about. You ain't won the argument because he's still there. He's still here. And the players that you said that was going to take over him, they haven't taken over him yet. So I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Okay. Sessegnon, we're talking. Hang on.
He ain't won the argument.
Let me just make this clear. You're talking about. Do you know why he won't let me speak, Jack? Because he knows what I'm going to say.
The comments are absolutely incredible. The comments are incredible. Harris Army. Honestly,
I'm loving this.
Yeah, Alex, 1 second, right? Just before we go into the Super Chats, me and you are being quiet while Jack God flies through these Super Chats, right? But 1 minute, right? The reason... what was I going to say? The reason why you won't let me speak and you're trying to speak over to me is because we're talking about Sessegnon, yeah? Now, if you do your homework and you listen to Alistair Gold as much as you claim, you'd realise Sessegnon is only back from a hamstring injury, so he hasn't even had a chance to compete with him yet. So just relax a little and sit back in your chair and breathe, please.
Here it is. And honestly, David, the chat is blown up. I'm even missing all the comments. I can't even find, the super chat that I'm highlighting at the moment, David. The chat is blown up that much. It's insane. And a ton of tantrum. Dermot Moyle saying, and so David, let me know if I'm missing any of the super chats. Please let me know. But Tottenham Tantrum saying, how long to Winks or Dyer or Sanchez to make a mistake like last season? We have too many Deadwood players in the squad. Davies not a great left back. Big up, guys. Yeah, Dermot will eventually get, we'll finish off even maybe with the Deadwood list. Regardless of what's said at the end of the day, I'd be fascinated to get, Alex's Deadwood list. Maybe our, David's, Deadwood list as well. just be fascinating. But Dermot, really big yourself up. And as well, please check out his Twitter, everybody. Just like it says right there, Tottenham Tantrum. It's just going to be like a filter for anything Tottenham news, just so you can find it in a bit of an easier source, someone that's just, part of the Harris Army as well, trusted news source, tier 1 since it's Harris Army, I would say. So Tottenham Tantrum, please check it out on Twitter. Dermot, really big yourself up. And also hope you're keeping well. I sent you a Twitter message today. I sent you a DM today, Dermot. So let me know if you're keeping well. But yeah, David, anything to say, Dermot?
No, look, Dermot, I hope things, I know you got some good news there the other day. I hope things are well with you, my man. You're a true fighter. Big yourself up. What a legend.
Yep. Definitely, Dermot. Absolute legend. He's honestly got the biggest news in the world. Any person could honestly have. He's an absolute beast, David. He just overcome something not many people have. So absolute beast. Dark Sun G saying the other problem I have with Mr. 33 is that he wears the captain's armband in some games. I don't get why he wears it. Mr. 33's best position is the waiter, in my opinion. Yeah, Dark Sun G, I would say, it's his best position.
He's a leader. That's why.
So Alex, let's just let Jack get through these super chats, man. There's a load of them there.
Yeah. Alex, to be honest, you brought up a lot of compliments, to Mr. 33. I did not hear leader before. It's fascinating you bring up that one as well. He just seems to be like one of the greatest left backs of all time.
Don't dig a hole for yourself now. Come on, mate.
He sounds like, honestly, Alex, the left back you're describing sounds the left back you're describing sounds like the Welsh Roberto Carlos. If you ask me, it really does. But Dark Sun G,
give me the prize already, mate. I've won it already, man.
Dark Sun G. Let me finish, Alex. Alex, I'm just trying to talk to my friend Dark Sun G. Just trying to have a conversation here with my friend. And Dark Sun G, absolutely, completely agree. I'm surprised even when he put on the captain's armband, didn't disappear, through his arm. You figure it'd be transparent on him just because he's so anonymous on the pitch. But Dark Sun G, really big yourself up. You're an absolute legend. Really do appreciate you for sticking around today. Honestly, like I said before and say a million times, you're a bishop, you're the knight of the Harris Army, you're a rook of the Harris Army. Maybe too many chess references there, but I know Dark Sun G, as a tactician, you probably like a good chess reference. And he also says as well, Mr. 33 does nothing going forward and doesn't do anything for the defense as well. He gets spun by Farmers. Davies played in the FA Cup for Everton and we lost. Yeah, honestly, a lot of players lost us that game. I would say to you, Dark Sun G, in that Everton game. Honestly, too many goals conceded. But I have seen, a fair few Farmers, spin this man. I would say seen a fair few, agriculture workers, be able to put on a few, techers on them. Something they probably just learned, while maybe on their breaks or something. It doesn't take very much invention, I would say, to break past Ben Davies. In my opinion, and Alex, to you, I would say, in terms of the super chats,
What happened to Jack?
Apologies. Break my neutrality in terms of that. So sorry, everybody. Just accidentally pressed the back button on the old tab there. But yeah, guys, when it comes to the super chats, I'm gonna stay, keeping my normal Jack self. When it comes to the debate, gonna stay neutral on it. But Kev Williams here is saying Reggie is far better player than Davies. Alex, absolutely agree. Kev, absolutely agree. Absolutely love Reggie as well. And David, just because I just backed out, I feel like I'm going to be missing some. David, when you come back, please let me know which ones you're missing or which ones I might be missing, just because I know that some of these comments, it's just been absolutely blowing up. So David, whenever you get a chance to come back, please let me know which ones I missed, because I know I probably missed some since I did just back out. But Dark Sun G saying, Alex, you're biased for Mr. 33, like your comments for Spurs fans being biased for Reggie because he is from Madrid. Mr. 33 caused the 1-1 draw against Wolves.
Oh, here we go again. Oh,
yeah, I do remember. I think did he come off the bench, Dark Sun G? Let me know. Maybe because he came off
He was manager, Mourinho.
David, I accidentally backed out. Do you mind making sure if I didn't miss any super chats? Look at the one that I'm just on.
I was just grabbing water, lad. My throat is in bits.
No problem. Look at the one that I'm highlighted now. I just want to make sure I haven't missed any from Kev Williams, Dark Sun G, or Brad, or anything.
This one. Did you get this one?
No, I haven't. Exactly.
Okay,
so that's a good example.
You got this one?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
We're on this one. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So Brad Matthews, apologies about that. Brad Matthews saying, and everybody as well, if you want to get your super chats in, I mean, the chat is absolutely insane. I cannot keep up with it. The chat won't even, StreamYard won't even let us keep up with it. They can only let us see so many chats on screen. I do appreciate it, though, Harris Army, how much you're blowing up the chat. It's honestly incredible. It's glorious to watch. It's glorious to watch. But Brad Matthews saying, I'd rather have Reggie at left back. But that doesn't mean I think Davies is rubbish or Reggie is the greatest. I'm glad they're both Spurs players at the end of the day. Interesting perspective, Brad. Interesting perspective, Brad. Seems that we got an agreement. Brad, you find yourself. Yeah, it's very respectful. I would say a bit more respectful than maybe you were to Region, maybe Alex. A bit more respectful than maybe you were to Region.
I think I need to explain myself. I think Region can be a very good player, but I think people blow him up too much. I'm sorry, but people in the past, like Rose, for instance, I think there's been players like the late great the legend that is Justin Edinburgh, Edmund, players like that, and I'm sorry, Reguilón doesn't even touch their boots as far as I'm concerned. He's got a lot to do, and if you're telling me that we've got a great left back, like I said, we can go to other teams as well, because if you want to be a great left back, you've got to compare yourself to some of the players that are playing for the top four at the moment. He's no chance he's going back to Real Madrid because he's not that great.
He won a Europa League at Sevilla.
Well, he hasn't performed like that for Tottenham.
I agree. He hasn't been at his best, but
he hasn't been at his best.
Left back you were describing sounded like Roberto Carlos. I'll be honest with you. With this leadership and all this sort of jazz.
He can go forward, Dave. He's a leadership. He's a defender. But Brad Matthews, honestly, I completely agree with you, actually. And even though Alex also agrees with you, I also agree with you, Brad. So it seems like you found a middle ground, for all of us there. At the end of the day, maybe they are just decent for the squad. I would concede, Brad, personally don't really think, Ben Davies is maybe the accurate squad player we need. But, I think that's a good, middle ground argument that definitely needs to be heard. But Dark Sun G saying, Alex, we went to this earlier, but, it's just, getting back to my thoughts. And Dark Sun G, honestly, big yourself up. Absolutely big yourself up. And just like you, Dark Sun G, I love your memory. Absolutely love your memory of all the times, Mr. 33, Mr. Easy Pass. He remembers every mistake, David. He remembers every mistake. He remembers every time one of our players got spun. He remembers every goal we've scored. He remembers every worldie. Dark Sun G, the memory, absolute memory. It's almost, he's the Oracle, David. He's the Spurs Oracle.
I call him the computer jack. The guy he remembers absolutely everything. Look, you could have a debate on anything. This guy, Dark Sun G, will come in. He remembers absolutely everything. I love him. He's absolutely brilliant.
You just want him to, he would probably just take anybody himself, but you just want him as your wingman, David. You want him as your wingman in any debate. Absolutely. And Dark Sun G, please big yourself up. Please big yourself up. And he says, didn't Mr. 33 play that shocking game against Zagreb? Didn't he play that shocking game against Zagreb? Hard to remember, David. Do you feel like, did he play against Dinamo? It's hard to remember.
I think he did, yeah. But look, the number one fan is
suspects, they would say, Dark Sun G. The usual suspects. The usual suspects.
I will say this. I do have to apologise that we are talking at all that same time. I do apologise, and big up to you, Dark Sun G, because like I said, the support for the channels is absolutely commendable. I've got to say, but I respectfully, like I said, I don't agree because he's a very good player, and I will stick up for him because he's a good squad player. I'm not going to say that he's going to replace Reguilón, no. But my point is that I think everybody blows up Reguilón thinking that he's the best thing since sliced bread, and I don't think he's very good. You see, at the moment, I think he still needs to evolve himself. But in an argument, there's other players that need to evolve themselves. But I think he rests on his laurels too much, And if he was that great, why is he not in the Spain squad?
I've answered that before, and I would say I think that just has to do with the manager, in my opinion. But you could be right. You could be right. But he also did leave out Angelino. Alex. He did leave out. I think the best Spanish left back in the world, or the best Spanish left back, best Spanish national left back, which is Angelino. Left him out as well. So you could maybe make a case about that. But Stefan Blois here saying, "What's Alex's World 11, bet it includes Davies and Joe Hart. If you were to make a World 11, Alex, would it include Davies and Joe Hart?
Well, not at the moment, no. But I would definitely not Joe Hart. No, I didn't want him at all. No,
Winks, maybe.
No. I say that they're good players for the squad at the moment. I don't think they're bad players at all for the squad. I do feel that maybe a loan would have been better for Winks, maybe. But I think it's just about his positioning as well for me. And Mourinho just wasn't a good coach for him, really. I think he just lost a lot of confidence as well.
Neither was Mason, Nuno, or Pochettino. But look, Alex, we'll move on. Let's get.
Very funny.
No, we do need to get through some of these super chats, man.
Go on.
And everybody who's sending a super chat, absolutely big yourself up. We really appreciate the support to the Harris Army, from Dark Sun G to David to Brad Matthews to Kev Williams. You're all absolute legends. All absolute legends. All absolute legends. David here is saying, I think you missed mine earlier. Who is more delusional, Ty or Alex? David, if you're still in the queue, maybe make sure if we missed something earlier from David.
Yeah, no, it only lets me go up so far. The chat is hopping that much, lad. It only lets me go up to Mr. Nick's comment here, just above Dark Sun G's last super chat.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely it's flying off the handle, guys. Look, I do want to apologize if we did miss one or two. I don't think we missed very many, but if we did miss one or two, I just want to say I do apologize because look, we never miss super chats. It's just Alex is on today, so we kind of missed a few because he winds him up. No, we're only joking. But look,
I apologize.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We do apologize, and look, just maybe drop us an email or something, tell us what it was, and we'll definitely read it out. But
exactly, well said, David. Drop us a message on Twitter. Or an email, and just let us know, and we happy to read it out and just big you up in the next show. But we do apologize. It's just been blowing up so much, it's hard to keep track, as well as me accidentally pressing the back button at one point as well, so it made me just lose all the chats as well. So I do apologize. But David here saying, who is more delusional, Ty or Alex? Let's send Alex to the next overlap to debate Kara, Nev, and Roy. Need to see it. David, I think you should respond to this one as a fellow David.
Yeah, first of all, greatest name on planet Earth. Name gifted to gods, legends, champs, winners, everything you name it, my man. Great name. But look, do you know what? I actually would love to see Alex and Ty do a show together, to be honest with you. Right? I just love to hear it because they would just argue with each other for 4 or 5 hours straight, and I think it'd be absolutely brilliant. I think, people are missing a trick here. They need to get Alex and Ty together. But I don't know how long Roy Keane would be able to stand Alex and Ty together, to be honest with you. I think he might take about an hour, and after that, I think, I don't think it'll be very friendly after that, especially with the two boys arguing. Cara and Nev, look, Cara will have a great time, and look, never get suckered in between Alex and Ty debating with them and everything else. No, look, it'll definitely be that'll definitely be a show for the ages anyway. I definitely think there's a chance of that probably being the most viewed show on YouTube, I would say. Big up, David. What an absolute comment, my man. Absolutely brilliant. And he forgives us, Jack. He put in a comment, he says, no worries at all, lad.
Appreciate you, David. Appreciate the understanding, David. Appreciate the understanding, Harris Army. We really appreciate you guys. And Tottenham Tantrum, yet again, Dermot, big yourself up. He says, Mr. 33 can't defend to save his life. I'd rather have Mr. Bean to be our left back than Davies. Sorry, he can't defend. Can't run Reggie. You can't run Reggie a better left back, or maybe you can't find a better left back than Reggie is what I would say personally. It's probably not what he meant, but that's what I would say. And then he says, come on, you Harris Army, and come on, you Spurs. Dermot, absolute legend. Love the follow-up. I absolutely love the follow-up comment. Loved your original comment as well, Dermot. And everybody, again, I'll stress it again, please check out Tottenham Tantrum on Twitter. Please check it out. Again, it's just Dermot. He's a member of the Harris Army. Why wouldn't you trust a news source from a member of the Harris Army, the most trusted news source, tier 1, I would say. There's no reason you can go wrong by them. But Dermot, really big yourself up. We really do appreciate your support. Anything to say, Dermot, quickly?
Yeah, look, Dermot, really appreciate the support, my man. And look, I get what you're saying here about, Mr. 33. And, look, me personally, I think Reguilon is a massive upgrade on Ben Davies. Let me be clear. I do share some of Alex's concerns about a bit of his defending. I've said this on shows. Jack, I've said it with you. That sometimes I do think maybe he gets out a bit too quick and it's easy to cut inside him. But from what I've seen so far this season, It happened once with Mahrez. It happened maybe for a couple of minutes against Watford, against Sarr. But he's definitely improved on it. And they're the improvements that Alex has been asking for. If you're sitting there without the Ben Davies goggles on, you will see the improvements. So, no, big up, Dermot. Really, really do appreciate it. We'll take Will Stewart's here, and then we have one more to get to after this. And then, Jack, fire the next question, and I'll go first, and then I'll sit back and let Alex take it. Then I might get a word in then with Alex.
Excuse me, Will Stewart. Really appreciate you, Will. Really do appreciate Will. I appreciate you, Will. Hope you're doing all right, Will. And he says, David, this is to send a pint of Ben & Jerry's to Alex. Good to see his face again. Oh, it's good to see Alex's beautiful smile again as well. At the end of the day, it's all good crack with Alex. You know, we do respect him. We do love his beautiful smile. He should be honestly the face of, you know, maybe a dental plan for Levy, you might say. You know, I know, you know, Levy probably is looking for, you know, Tottenham's official dental sponsor. Wherever Alex is going, that's what I would say should be the sponsor.
What I will say, Will Stewart, it should be 2 points for me. I'm going to need it after sitting here debating with Alex. Look, and I just want to say to people, look, me and Alex, we actually get on. We actually speak to each other. You know what I mean? We do actually talk, just in case people think we don't, or, you know what I mean, want to try and make something out of this that there's nothing to take out of it. Me and Alex are actually friends. And to be honest with you, I just want to refresh everybody, because we only had half the amount of people watching when we did say it. This show is literally to bring some light entertainment for Spurs fans over the course of the international break. That's all it is. It's just a hybrid model of the Can Nicky answer me? What we're going to do every international break, where we'll put out a tweet or whatever. You, the fans, let us know then who you want to see me take on. You know, if you want a David C, Alex round 2, just let us know. I'm sure.
Bit of a loosened tie, you might say, of Can Nicky answer me. You know, certain Can Nicky answer me's, you know, you probably have to, you know, get ready nice and proper for it. You know, bring out, you know, your pens, your notebooks. This one, I would say, is, you know, post, like as it is, you know, post 9 o'clock. You know, blue collar, you know, Can Nicky answer me, you know, time. I would say, David, you know, loose ties, you know, a bit of a, you know, back and forth kind of action. And Alex Davies is not disappointing at all. He's not disappointing at all in that regard. I just want to
say a massive thank you to you, Will. Appreciate that, man. But look, I'm disappointed you put it in for Ben & Jerry's for Alex and not 2 points for me, my man. I need to after dealing with Alex for 2 hours, my man. No, absolute legend, Will. Jeez, we have a lot more to get through, Jack. The
Harris Army has been blown up, and honestly, as well, Alex Davies has been blown up. The Harris Army as well. Dark Sun G saying on Reggie not making the national team. I don't know any other Wales left backs. Isn't that why Mr. 33 always gets picked? I've probably heard of more Spain left backs.
Oh, here we go.
I've heard of Nico Williams. If he's but he's maybe a right back. He's maybe a right back. But you know, how many Wales left backs have you heard of? You know, Alex, I guess is the question.
Well, I mean,
stick to the question. Maybe stick to the question.
We need to move on from this, because there's other things I want to discuss. Definitely, I've won this argument already, man. Just need to give me the prize already, man. I've won the argument anyway.
He's the Harris Army on the side. The Harris Army, put in the comments.
Harris Army, whatever.
Who won the argument?
Respect to you, mate. But like I said, I've
won
this argument.
Quickly, hands down. Still get on to Dark Sun G's comment, because we do have a couple to get through, and then Jack has no.
Do you know any other any Wales, just for trivia's sake? You know, Alex, any Wales left backs?
I can't think of anybody really. To be honest with you, no. But like I said, Ben Davies at the start, maybe unsure about him, but he's been a very good servant to the club, and I think he's been. I can't really answer that really in terms of who's, you know. But Reggie Reguilon needs to improve. I'm sorry, and that's it for me. You know, it will be a benefit to us anyway, because then, you know, he'll become. You know, it'll help us move up the table. Hopefully, you know, if he improves. But he's no better than Danny Rose when he was at his pomp. You know, Definitely. No better than him.
But absolutely, you know, Dark Sun G, really, you know, sometimes I do just have to nod my head, you know, Dark Sun G, so don't take any of my, you know, nodding heads as, you know, agreement sometimes. But Dark Sun G, we absolutely love you and appreciate you. You've been an absolute legend. It seems like he's enjoying it, David. You know, I figured, you know, this would be kind of, you know, something that Dark Sun G, you know, figured, you know, it might not be his biggest cup of tea, just because I know he likes to, you know, not hear, you know, Mr. 33 and Mr. Easy Pass mentioned too much unless, you know, he's talking about them. Because Dark Sun G, you know, it sounds like he's like you, Davey, just winces every time some of these players are mentioned in a certain way. You know, I feels like, you guys are practically brothers, you and David, Dark Sun G. So I will say, I do hope you're able to handle this show. It's almost like a bit of 18 plus almost content in terms of the opinions you might say on Spurs. But David, anything to say to Dark Sun G? He's been an absolute legend as per always.
Yeah, look, first of all, I actually think there is one game where he actually did have a good game against Liverpool. I'll be honest. I think he actually had one good game against Liverpool. I'm not sure whether he was at fault for the goal at the end of it or not. I'm not 100% sure. My memory's not that good. But look, with Ben Davies, Alex is celebrating over one thing there. We're talking about a whole 8 years here at Tottenham. It's a bit pathetic. But I do want to get through these stupid chats, Jack, because everyone in the comments is saying I've won, and I really do want to get them up and gloat a little bit. But Dark Sung G, no, look, 100%. Look, there's a reason why we call him Mr. 33, Mr. Anonymous. You know what I mean? Look, I think Alex only reps him because they share the same last name. I'll be honest with you, Dark Sung G. Can't see much more of a reason, but you're an absolute legend, my man.
Absolute legend, Dark Sun G. Absolute legend. The Harris Army, everybody big up Dark Sun G in the Harris Army. He's an absolute legend. He's almost standing up to Alex himself. It's almost like we have an extra panel member here, Dark Sun G. You're honestly that much of a legend. But Will Stewart and also Dark Sun G, as David and I have said to you, there's almost practically, we want you on the fan show. There's almost, a spot waiting for you plenty of times, Dark Sun G. So if you ever can, if you're ever willing, please let us know. But Dark Sun G, as always, big yourself up. Absolute legend. Will Stewart saying, I love Alex. He disagrees, but as a lad, he does find you top class, Alex. You're getting compliments there, Alex. Somebody that just, likes where you're coming from at the end of the day.
Thank you.
Look, do you know what? Let's be honest, right? From what I see, Alex actually does have a lot of support, right? And people actually like Alex. Like Will was saying, actually like him as a man, as a person. I think he's top class myself. You know what I mean? But like I had to send out the tweet earlier on, Jack, with a warning sign, there will be delusional opinions. That's the only problem. But as a man, I think he's absolutely great crack. I think he's brilliant. I love you, Alex. Come on, stop flirting with me, lad. Stop it. But Faz Radfar here. Let's take it on, Jack. Let's move on. We have one more.
Faz Radfar, good to see you as well. Faz Radfar, good to see you as always. Another true legend. Faz, he says, isn't it great? We look forward to the next match this season. Yeah, Faz, that's a great point there. Great point, I would say. It's a definitely different mentality. It's what I would say is the top of the league mentality, Faz, if you ask me. Looking forward to the next match. But Faz, big yourself up. True legend, Faz, true legend. And William Kelly, wow. William, everybody, Australians, you guys are honestly so generous. Everybody, big up the Aussies. They're so generous to us, and I do hope they're enjoying this.
Aussies and the New Zealanders, they're both legends.
New Zealand as well. They're absolute legends, absolute legends. William Kelly saying, great show, guys. I just want to know your thought on Paratici. Honestly, I think we have a gem, and come next summer, he's going to bring even better. Listen, considering, we might get a bit distracted, I wouldn't necessarily bring the Don title, but I would say about Paratici, he's doing all the right things, in my opinion. Maybe he hasn't gotten enough done as we probably would have liked, but I think he's doing all the right things. I think he's thinking about everything all the right way. We're bringing in a bunch of young players. Every single player we brought in, apart from Galini, was under 24. You do think about that. That's honestly a great way to go about the business. I think it's what Levy wants. It's what the fans want. We're almost even, I would say, going for like a Dortmund kind of, way of signing players, you might say. But yeah, absolutely, William Kelly. I'm personally love Paratici, but that's a bit divisive, you might say. But David, how do you feel about, Paratici for William Kelly? He probably wants to know.
Do you know what? Right, look, I get it. Some people don't want to call him Don and give him a title Don. Look, I just give it to him just because it sounds good. So I'm going to keep saying it. I don't care. It just sounds good. So Don Paratici. Look, for me, I think I agree with William Kelly. Look, he started a good foundation to build off. And hopefully then next summer, we can build on it and really get there. And look, I actually like the work he's doing. 8 out. We've got four in. One that is due to come in next year as well. 2 of them we don't have to pay for until next year as well. So, look, all in all, I think he's done very good business for Tottenham, and it's a start. It's a start. At the end of the day, we all know we had to go through a rebuild. We all called for director of football. We got it in. We're starting the rebuild. It's going to be slow and painful, but it's Potter's words. You're going to have a painful rebuild. And, look, it's here. So, look, I do think it's a good start, and long may it continue.
Yeah, I mean, and William Kelly, honestly, like I totally agree. I totally agree. I think Paratici has had a fantastic, summer so far. I'm quite, I would just say grateful. I mean, just a bit grateful. I just didn't think it would go this way 4 or 5 months ago. You probably would have saw all of the negativity that we were feeling, about this summer. The way it's gone, if you asked me if it would have gone this way 4 or 5 months ago, the way it has, I definitely wouldn't have. I definitely would have, bet your hand off. Definitely would have, called you crazy, whatever it is that you say. But William Kelly, that's how I feel about Paratici. I'm absolutely loving him. Absolutely loving him. And again, wow, William Kelly, absolute legend. Again, everybody, the Australians, the New Zealanders, everybody down the Oceania region, you guys are honestly way too kind to the Harris Army, way, way too kind. And as well, you guys are honestly huge, huge, huge fans of Spurs as well, considering the times that you have to get up every day. Honestly, 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m., even just to watch some of these streams, David, those are the times they're getting up at 7 a.m., 6 a.m., 8 a.m. It's ridiculous. You guys are absolute legends.
Commendable.
And William Kelly saying, but he had so much deadwood to get rid of on a level. So he is fantastic. So on a level, he is fantastic as well. Yeah, William Kelly, I was just rating his incomings when you think about it. I guess I only was just talking about his incomings. I think he did a great job, as well as his outgoings. I think he did a pretty great job. Some people don't think he did as great of a job in the incomings, but earlier, William Kelly, I was just talking about his incomings, and I think he did fantastic. In terms of the outgoings, we're already seeing, the work being done. We're already seeing the best ones, come out. So honestly, we're seeing the deadwood being gone. David, are you happy with that with William Kelly?
Yeah, look, I want the deadwood gone. Look, I'm one of these fans. I want as much gone out of the deadwood out of the squad as we can in the window. Look, we still have a few hanger-ons. Look, I'm sure, the man below us is delighted with a couple of them. But look, it is what it is. You can't do everything in one window. We have another 2 windows. We have January and another summer. Before then, I probably will really sit down and, scrutinise a Paratici. But for me, look, I'm delighted with the deadwood that he's got out, Jack. I really am. And then we have another 2 to get to here as well. Big up, William Kelly. You're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. And another legend. From one legend to another. Just moving to legends today.
No, we're just going through legends here, David. We're just going through legends. The Harris Army, just so many to choose from. Honestly, the squad depth of the Harris Army is it's like a Chelsea, David. It's like it's an Invincibles, David. It's an Invincibles. The Harris Army 11. The Harris Army. What is it now? 4,160. I mean, honestly, just too many to choose from, David. Too many to choose from. But Dark Sun G saying, finally on Mr. 33, didn't our bad patch start after? Sorry, I'll read it again. Finally, on Mr. 33, didn't our bad patch start after he started playing? Chelsea, Liverpool, Brighton, Dinamo Zagreb. Yeah, that might have been right when that Region injury happened, Dark Sun G. Let me know, Dark Sun G, if that was during that Region injury. That was a time when we didn't have a choice but to play Ben Davies. And I remember a lot of us were saying, every single match, look, we don't have a choice but to watch Ben Davies, kill us like this, watch Ben Davies hurt us like this. It's probably even why David feels this way. It's just because of that period that you're talking about, Dark Sun G, of the Chelsea, Liverpool, Brighton, Dinamo Zagreb period. We were watching Ben Davies practically more or less, lose us some of those games. So I would say, I think you're actually spot on there, Dark Sun G. But William Kelly saying here, he says, I'm Irish, and he's just big up to the Irish, David. What do you say to William?
Yeah, I know you're Irish, man. You were here, one of the other.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, and I asked you, and you said you were an Irish man living over and living and working over in Australia, man. We know. Me and Jack, we take a lot more on board of what people say than what you may think. William Kelly, I won't forget. Trust me, man, I don't forget. Big yourself up. I hope you're enjoying yourself down under. Plenty of sunscreen. I know how a lot of the Irish go abroad and burn. I'm one of them unfortunate ones. I get the good out crisp tan, but
hopefully he has a Roy Keane tan, David. Hopefully he has a nice Roy Keane, William Kelly. William Kelly, let me know if you have a nice down under Roy Keane tan. I saw that, interview where Roy Keane was walking the dog with Mr. Neville. He looked like he had a nice bit of sun on him, nice bit of tan. So let me know if you have that kind of bit of tan. I know it's hard. Speaking of, I'm kind of something like 30%, 40% Irish myself. It's hard to tan. I mostly burn. So let me know, William Kelly, if you got a good tan down there. Yeah. But everybody for the super chats, that was honestly everybody. The Harris Army, absolute legends, absolute legends, absolute legends.
By the way, By the way, just to say some people to the comments saying that I'm getting schooled by David. No, I've not got schooled by David. Not happening at all. I haven't got schooled by David whatsoever. I'll just let him dig his hole.
Alex, you should be doing your homework right now. You should be doing your homework.
No. You should be. I've schooled you already, bruv, and I need to go on to the next question.
Before we move on to this next question, I also want to extend what Jack was saying to the Harris Army out there. Really, really do appreciate the support, guys. It's absolutely, absolutely insane. The comments are off the charts. Look, we just wanted to bring a bit of light relief. It seems to be working. People are saying light relief. This is comical. This is brilliant. And that's what we hope for, guys. Keep getting the super chats in. Keep getting the support in. We will try and bring up everyone's comments, but sometimes I forget because I'm focused on what Alex is saying. But look, we will keep getting up the comments, guys. And look, keep getting the support in. It's a great way to skip the channel. But look, now that Alex, he's been quiet for a while, it looks like, his dinner's gone off there or something. He doesn't look too happy, so we're going to let him in.
No,
Jack,
let's move on from Ben Davis and Harry Winks now. Let's not go on about him now. We've done that now.
We haven't even touched Harry Winks, Alex. No question's been brought up by Harry Winks. It's just been brought up, by the panel members. I will say, if you, to both of you, this isn't just you. If we do stick on, the question, you wouldn't have to get too tired of it.
He's rattled when he's already trying to skip that question, Jack. He's rattled.
And the question is Oliver Skipp, maybe a bit different than the Harry Winks saga? We saw Harry Winks, absolutely tear apart teams in the Champions League. So I've been told. And where do you maybe see Oliver Skipp being after 4 years? Oliver Skipp, he's only 20 years old. Harry Winks, I think he's my age. I think he's 24. Where do you maybe see Oliver Skipp after 4 years? Will he be in the same position as Harry Winks in your eyes, Alex? Where do you see Oliver Skipp maybe in 4 years? And do you think Oliver Skipp is similar or different to Harry Winks?
They're different players. He's really developing very well, Oliver Skipp. I think he's done really, really well. He's impressed during his loan spell. I know that Norwich wanted him to be in the squad. Wanted to take him on this season as well because he was so good last season, really good last season. I have to say that. I think in the future, hopefully, you'll see a better player. Evolve even further in his game. I think people are looking at possibly, the Sissoko, replacing Sissoko in the future, hopefully. But I think we need to give him time. He will have a down spell. Young players always have a down spell, unfortunately. We just got to be patient with him. But I think he will have a good season this season, but he will have some difficulty as well because unfortunately the squad is not as great as what we think it is, unfortunately. So there will be deficiencies and it might affect his game. I think that as well, really. What was said about Winks? What was the question about Winks?
Where do you think Ollie Skipp will be in the same place maybe Harry Winks would be? Think about where Harry Winks is now, right?
No, I don't think he'll be like Harry Winks because I think, I'm not saying that Harry Winks is not a bad player. I think Oliver Skipp is the better player. Yeah, definitely. If you look at it from he's got more to his game, hasn't he? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately for us, anyway. So, I do feel that. What are you laughing for, David? What are you laughing for?
The comments are cracking me up. I'm sorry.
Oh no! I thought you said was something else.
Everyone, hashtag Alex, go do your homework.
What do you mean, God? I do my homework. He's a good player, Oliver Skipp. He can develop into. I do feel that he's got the leadership. He could develop into Tottenham's captain in the future. For me, be an even better player than Højbjerg for me as well. More, because I'm not his biggest fan, Højbjerg, but we'll get into that another time. I think I think he will have some bad spell. I think he'll have some downturns in his form sometimes. I do think he will, because young players do always go through that, don't they? But I think he'll come through it because he's a strong character. But what I'm really impressed with from Skip, like I said before, is that, and hopefully I haven't repeated myself, because I don't like repeating myself a lot of the time, because I know that gets on people's nerves, but he started a bit shaky against Man City, and then as the game went on, he just got his composure, and he became more confident, and he took the game by the scruff of the neck, and it just really impressed me that he's kept doing that over time. Like against Watford, he looked a bit shaky at the beginning, but then he got more confident as the game went on and started taking grip for the game. So I think it's really, really good to see how he doesn't get overruled by the occasion, and even if he does badly at the beginning of the match, he finds a way to try and get back into the match and gets his confidence again. You know what I mean? So, and getting be more effective, become more effective in the match, in the game. So I think he's got a lot to give in this team. So hopefully, it will be smooth sailing for him next 4 years, and I think he'll be definitely a fixture next season, in seasons to come, definitely.
Yeah, there it is. Everybody, honestly, I think that was a respectable opinion from Alex there. But Benedict Hampus, very cool name there, I will say. Very cool name, Benedict Hampus. Sounds like he'd be like a diplomat kind of name, I would say. But Best Spurs channel, he says, so glad I found you. Pause. No, you don't have to say pause over a romantic connection. You could say, Benedict, I know you just found, your one true channel. I know you found the channel that you've, been looking for all these years. The one that you finally fell in love with. So no reason to say that at all. You finally found your one true love. You finally found your one true channel. So no reason to shy away from it. But Benedict, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And as well, thank you for the comment. We do appreciate it. Ribsy85, good to see you as well, Ribsy. I feel like I haven't seen you in the last day or so it's good to see you, Ribsy. And he says, I think the main part for me, main part of Skip for me is his bravery. Go out there and take it, son. Love him. I would actually agree. I think that's maybe the part that David would probably say is missing from Skip, is that bravery, or sorry, Winks, is that bravery, and that's what Skip has, is that bravery, that courage, that doggedness. David, maybe you could respond to this for Ribsy85. How do you feel about Winks and Skippy in comparison? Is that what Skippy has? Is that bravery, that courage?
Yeah, it's not only that, but Skip will take the ball on the half turn. He'll take the ball and or even if he doesn't take it on the half turn, he'll look in to get himself on the turn to be able to open up the pitch to play it forward. Harry Winks doesn't do that. He just doesn't. And look, I've been saying this time and time again. His main problem is physicality. Now, I hear Alex saying, oh, well, we haven't found Winks' best position yet. Guy's 24, 25. He's halfway through his football career. If you don't know his best position by then what's he doing? What's he doing playing football if you don't know his best position? I agree. I don't think he is a deep line midfielder, to pick up the ball and everything else. But at the end of the day, what is he? You're not going to put him on as attacking midfielder because he can't even prove he can't pass the ball forward. So, where do you play him? At the end of the day, look, the guy, every time I speak about this guy, I don't want to be right, but it turns out with the next game he plays, he does stuff that proves me right. I hope he proves me wrong. I want him to work out at Tottenham Hotspur. I want every single player that comes to this club to work out and to be the best. I want every player that comes through the academy to be the best, get into the first team. You know what I mean? For God's sake, having homegrown players in the team will help you. But at the end of the day, you have to call a spade a spade. And to be fair to Alex, I actually think he's changed his stance on Harry Winks a little bit. Last season, it was all, he's a good player, he's this, he's that. And this season, he's not quite sure on him. So respect where respect is due. But at the end of the day, look, we need to cut the crap. He's not good enough. Look at his stats. Look at his assists. Look at his goals from midfield. It's not good enough. He's just too weak in midfield. He doesn't like physicality, which means he won't take on players. He doesn't like physicality, which means he's always running to our players, but he's back towards the play and just popping it back from where it came from, or left or right, because he's too afraid to turn on the ball, because he knows he doesn't have the physicality to be able to hold someone off. And that's why you don't see him turn on the ball or open his body up to be on the half-turn when receiving the ball to play forward because he knows himself he doesn't have the physicality. And at the end of the day, I get it. He may be trying, but he's just not good enough. You look at Colchester, Zagreb, Antwerp, Pacos de Ferreira, the first leg. He's been involved, along with Ben Davies, in nearly every single one of them games. Now, we talk about trophies at Tottenham Hotspur. If these guys are losing us these games in the early rounds and they're as good a backup as people say they are, like Alex, and Alex is saying, like, I want trophies. But I'm sorry, how do you expect to win trophies when these guys are your backups that you're saying are good enough? They're playing them. No, let me finish. And they're losing these games. Alex, it's not rubbish. It's the truth. I'm sorry if you don't like hearing the facts or anything about it, but that's what it is.
It's not facts.
It is. Look, I'm sorry if they hurt your feelings, but they don't care about my feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings, Alex.
I think you're talking nonsense. Absolutely.
No, it's not. It's the truth. Nonsense. It's the truth. He plays these games.
Us losing Harry Winks.
I didn't interrupt you when you were speaking about Harry Winks. Look, at the end of the day, it's the truth. He plays these games and we don't win them. Now, if we want trophies at Tottenham Hotspur, we have to be able to trust our backups to get us through these games. So we're not relying over heavily on Young, on Son, Kane, Højbjerg, all these other players. And so we need these players to step in these early rounds to get us through. And they're not doing the job. And it's the facts of the matter. I'm sorry, but for me, that's not good enough. And I want them gone. I don't know how many more years we have to give these players. Alex has given Doherty 2 years, not even a year and a half, and already he wants him out. I agree with him. I'm not debating that. But he's still sitting here defending the likes of Davies and Winks, who have actually done a lot more. And especially now, it's more like they're hurting the club than helping us.
That's rubbish.
You know what I mean? And I haven't heard one bad thing about Ben Davies, not really one bad thing about Harry Winks. You know what I mean? And then he's harping on about Reguilon and players like this. For me, the guy's not good enough. And Alex, you need to wake up to the facts. It's what they are. I don't make them up. Harry Winks makes them up by his performances, not me. So if you have anyone to be angry at Harry, not me. I didn't do this to you.
Alex, before I let you back in, just got to get to Dark Sun G here, and then you'll be right back in, Alex. Trust me. Mr. Easy Pass is Grealish fanboy. He lets him pass through him, while Skip says, no way, you're passing through me. Also, Skip fights for the club. Easy Pass plays for the Euros. Lots to break down there, but I would say the only thing Easy Pass likes is a bit of hair gel, a bit of perfume, maybe he seems to like also the hair bands, from Grealish as well. I would say, in terms of Easy Pass, all he cares about is just making the England team. He seems to care about making the England team than even playing for Spurs, and it's quite crazy considering he is a youth academy product. And I would actually make that claim about him. So I'm in complete agreement, Dark Sun G. I was going to say something else about, the Grealish fanboyness, but I did forget about it. So David, maybe any old remark, in terms of, Winks loving Grealish?
Yeah, look, I'm fed up with that. Look, Alex, you can't deny. I don't know, were you at the game last year against Aston Villa, the last home game?
Well, what do you mean?
I think nobody was, David. It was probably behind closed doors.
I mean, was that not the one where Harry Kane went round and gave everyone an applause? It was.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
And look, at the end of the day, he's picking him up off the floor. He's flirting with him. How's your hair, Jack? Where do you get the dye, Jack? Do you blow dry it? Do you straighten it? What do you do, Jack? Instead of just concentrating on football. And for me, look, the guy just he needs to realize, right? Jack Grealish has come from nowhere to take a spot in the England squad. Harry Winks had a spot in the England squad, has lost it. And he's there running around fangirling the guy that took one of the spots on him. When's he going to wake up and just say, look, I'll be honest, if I was probably in that situation, I would have probably injured Jack Grealish, so it meant I probably got a chance of a call-up. I wouldn't be picking him up off the floor and rubbing the grass out of his hair, that's for sure. But look, we'll move on because we have another couple to get to, and then I do want to another couple to get. Oh no, just one more to get to actually. So go on.
Dark Sun G though, but again, Dark Sun G, absolute legend. Big yourself up, Dark Sun G. I do hope you're enjoying the show. It seems like you are, Dark Sun G. It seems like you are, but as well, Dark Sun G, we absolutely love you and appreciate you. You're a true legend to us. You're a true legend to us. We do appreciate you. And Dark Sun G,
unlucky against West Ham, by the way. Very. Big up to Dark Sun G. Thank you for the support of David's channel. Really do. Really good. It's really great that you're supporting David on this, definitely. But I would say, unfortunately, I don't agree. I think Winks gets a very hard time at Tottenham, He's a very hard worker.
Is he given too much? Is he given too much for this West Ham game? Is he given too much blame for it?
No, but I think he gets too much blame for it. Yes, I think he gets too much blame for it because I think no one was on his side anyway. They're just waiting for him to make a mistake so they can just pounce on him.
That's not true, Alex.
No, it is true. It is true, David. It is true, David. No, I haven't finished. No, I haven't finished. No, I have not finished. I haven't finished. I'm going to finish now because I'm sorry. Fair enough. Because let me finish because I'm sorry. I hear everybody have a go at Winks, and when you see what Harry Kane did, right, when he could have just put a transfer request in, right, which would have been absolutely respected, right. At least he's fighting for his place, you know. And I do apologise if that spit came out of my mouth. I do apologise, but yeah. But what I will say is that I'm sorry, but he's good. He might not be quality. Yeah, but if he leaves the club, it's not going to do any good for Tottenham going forward still, because we're still going to be in the same position. We might just bring a young player still, and they're still going to be in the same position that Harry Winks was maybe in the next couple of years, because you don't know how they're going to react. You don't know how they're going to be. You don't know if they're going to be world class, don't you? You don't know.
Okay, just on that quickly, Alex, just on what you were saying there quickly, I'm going to just spit a few more hard facts for you, and I know they're hard to accept. But look, Lo Celso has come in after him. He's ahead in the pecking order. Skip has gone out on loan and come back in. And he's ahead in the pecking order. Even Moussa Sissoko is ahead in the pecking order. Højbjerg has been brought in and is ahead in the pecking order. Dele Alli's took a 2-year sabbatical and is still ahead in the pecking order. Moussa Dembele came in and is ahead in the pecking order. Wanyama came in and was ahead in the pecking order. How many more midfielders do you want me to tell you that we've got in and that's ahead, that has always been ahead in the pecking order by weeks? At the end of the day, Alex, he's not progressing. He is not progressing. He has not added anything to his game. At the end of the day, I know you don't like hearing it, right? But sometimes you have to tell the ones you love the truth, to benefit them. And that's what I'm doing here, Alex. But like, how many more midfielders need to come in before him? You're talking about Harry Kane. Look, there's levels to this. Look at the levels both players are at. And you're trying to talk. Alex. Honestly, I just don't get it. I think you are clutching at straws here. I know you went 2 feet in on the whole Harry Winks thing, but again, I don't think what you're saying is true, that everyone's waiting for him to make a mistake. Look, at the end of the day, when he came through, every Spurs fan was all over him. Alex, when I first started YouTube, and this was only 9 months ago, people used to cane me for my opinions on Harry Winks and Ben Davies. Right? Used to absolutely cane me for them. So you can't sit there and say that none of these Spurs fans are giving him a chance and that, they're just waiting for him to screw up, because that's not the case. At the end of the day, everyone's giving him a chance, but he's just not good enough. Dark Sun G has put more evidence here again. West Ham 3-3. He was at fault for the third goal against West Ham. Everything is man. How many more stuff do you need people to be telling you about?
I'm sorry, but I don't agree with the fact that everybody's having a go at Harry Winks, because at the end of the day, him leaving the club will not make Tottenham any better than it was with him in the club anyway.
But Alex, so just quickly, earlier on the question of West Ham, do you feel like he, in that last play, that final play where Lanzini, struck it, do you not feel like he could have maybe done a bit better there?
Maybe done a little bit better, but still, Tottenham, you could have blamed the fact that you put on Gareth Bale at 3-0 when you could have put a different player on, because Gareth Bale wasn't ready for that game. So there's so many other stuff as well that you could play for it. Have I got rid of Jack?
No, I think Jack's having a few computer problems. Sometimes it overheats.
But, it's just
not so many people in, Alex.
But for goodness sake, it's like, I'm not being funny. I'm sorry, but we have to move on from this argument, because I think I've won this argument.
No, Alex, again, right.
But anyway, we need to move on from this argument.
No, we are. I'm just going to have one more quick say on this, right? At the end of the day, right, Alex has blamed the managers about Harry Winks. He's now blamed Gareth Bale for all the things that are Harry Winks' fault. Gareth Bale didn't touch that ball to Lanzini at the end of the game. Harry Winks blatantly did that. Gareth Bale didn't chicken out on a tackle against Lanzini in the 3-3 against West Ham. Harry Winks did. At the end of the day, what we've heard from Alex here is it's Jose's fault, it's Pochettino's fault.
No, I didn't say Pochettino.
It's all these managers' faults.
Did I say Pochettino?
Hang on. It's all these other players' faults, and none of it is Harry Winks. So that's Ben Davies and Harry Winks that we haven't heard one. And this is what I'm saying. He thinks he's winning the debate, right? And he can't even come into it fair and criticize these players for things that maybe they do wrong. you know, you can still rep them, but just be fair on it. He hasn't even been fair. So he's just digging his own hole here, really, to be honest with you, Jack. I don't think we have a shovel with a handle long enough because he's going very, very deep.
David, he might be, David, but again, I'm breaking my neutrality a bit too much. But Dark Sun G, I completely agree. He's at championship levels, probably championship relegation battle levels, if you ask me. You know, probably just sitting, you know, maybe when Sunderland, you know, make it back to the championship, I would say that's probably, you know, the level of player they'd be going after. So a League One side trying to get into the championship is what I would say. But David, just like last time, you know, I accidentally backed myself out. Do you mind going to the next chat, super chat, so I don't miss one? Just the one that was after this one.
Look, I don't blame you. Listening to me and Alex can be hard, Jack. Sometimes you need to back out for that 20 seconds. Recompose, man, and come back in.
I'm trying to get in there myself, David. You know, I'm trying to get in there myself, so that's what happens.
I just want to say quickly, everybody, do give Jack a big up because the job I've asked him to do today is not easy, and that's stay neutral. You know, it's not an easy thing to do. So everyone big up Jack for his hosting here today, guys. But look, we do have a few super chats to get to here, Alex, and then we will crack on with the next question.
Yeah, and William Kelly. Absolute legend, William Kelly. Again, hope you're doing well. Again, you know, maybe with your time over in the Down Under as an Irishman. Again, you know, let me know if the tan is, you know, doing all right over down there. And as well, hopefully lockdown is okay, but do let me know. And William Kelly saying the only reason Winks is still at Spurs is because he's a homegrown player. Simple as. That's exactly what I feel like, William Kelly. Sorry, yeah. What?
You can't argue with that. No,
we are starting to address that though with Skip and Tangang and that.
Yeah, we haven't got a foreign player at the moment issue anymore because since Aurier left, that it's all right now. It's 17 now, so we're in the all right position with the foreign player thing after 3 years of having problems with that. So that's been very good. So Paratici. So I have to make sure I got that right. Paratici's done very well there. So I've got to report him for that. What I would say is...
Do you think the only reason he's in the squad, though, is because of his nationality? You
can't argue with that. You can't, because he has to improve. Yes, he does. He does. And this is where we've got to admit it, because when you look at, you know, the Leeds player that was in the World Cup...
Calvin Phillips.
Calvin Phillips. When you watch him, and you look at the Winks, you could say that Winks could play like that, possibly. You know what I mean? So I think you could base a game, you know, on that. So he does need to improve. There's no argument on that. Absolutely not. But I think the flat that he gets has been really unfair for me. But you can't disagree with what Williams says. Big up to you, mate. Yes, the homegrown thing. Yes, you can't argue with that, can you? You cannot argue with that at all. So, yeah.
If it were, let's say, the Serie A, other leagues where there wasn't the homegrown quota, do you feel like he would make our team? He wouldn't make our team? Interesting.
Because the fact is, I mean...
I don't think we would have... Honestly, guys, I don't know if we would have... You know, it's like peeling... You know, it's like peeling an onion. You know, I feel like we had to peel an onion there to get to that.
What's the point of having the whole debate on Winks? And at the end of it, then Alex comes back in after we've given him cold hard facts, and he comes in off the back of a super chat and says he wouldn't get into Tottenham's team if he wasn't homegrown. Alex, my man, what are you doing, lad? You must be dizzy, man. There must be stars. Everyone see the stars around him. He's spinning himself in circles,
isn't it? It's a truth,
nah, it is. It is the truth.
You can't lie to that, can you? Really? You know what I mean? I argue for him because I say that I can see what he's trying to do. Yes, but when you look at it cold-heartedly, yes, he does need to improve. Yes, he does.
He's a very, very, very poor man's Jorginho is how I best described him. Very, very, very poor man's Jorginho.
But he needs to work out his game. But I think that's also because he's been through different managers. I think Pochettino would have worked on him more further as well. But you can say that about other players as well. But I think Winks is affected him a lot, definitely. And I think it's just we'll have to see what happens. But I think next season, I think if it doesn't really work out, I think we will see him move on, maybe on loan, maybe. You know what I mean? I think maybe a loan would have been helpful to him. Like it's helped for Skip and stuff. You know what I mean? So,
no, Dark Sunji. Absolute legend, absolute legend, Dark Sun G. Honestly, please, Dark Sun G, our emails are down below, Twitters are down below. However you want to speak to us, Dark Sun G. You don't have to speak to us. You don't have to, Dark Sun G. But if you would like to, certainly, Dark Sun G. Please email us, whatever it is. We would love to talk to you. You're just such a knight for the Harris Army. You're just such a knight.
Monday, Jack. We need to get him on. This is going to be a relentless pursuit.
It's a relentless. I mean, it's going to have to be the marquee signing, Dark Sun G, to be able to get you to come on the fan show. It probably would be like signing Ronaldo, you might say, signing Dark Sun G to the fan show. But Dark Sun G, if you feel like reaching out, our Twitters, our emails are down below. And he says, if Mr. Easy Pass was good, Leeds would have loaned him. David was speaking to a Leeds fan earlier, and even the Leeds fan knew that Harry Winks was he knew Harry Winks was kind of like it was like a trap door. He knew it was a trap door. But big up, Dark Sun G. Let me know if you think Harry Winks is like a trap door in the transfer market. But Benedict Hampus, again, love your name. Yeah. And again, thanks for another super chat. Thank you for another super chat, Benedict. And he says, I agree. All three are not good enough, but do you think we are keeping them to try to keep a British spine to the dressing room and understand derbies? First of all, I think we just addressed that, and you're absolutely spot on, Benedict. We need to keep a British spine just for the homegrown quota. We just need to. That's just how it is. We just need to make sure we're meeting the homegrown quota. But as well, maybe for the derbies, we're seeing with Tanganga, we're seeing with Skippy, we're seeing them, bring in, that Tottenham, blood. They don't need to be asked twice, like I've said before, what it means to fight for the badge, what it means to run for the badge, to bleed for the badge. And so to have as many of those players in the squad as you can is always a good thing. And having good players in the squad who also understand that is an even better thing. So,
Jack,
I
need to say this. Skip and Tanganga are not in the squad because of a homegrown.
No, but I was saying we have better. It's like the double. Having players that have that British spine, of course, because they know what it's like to be.
I think Benedict is talking about Doherty, Winks, and Davies.
Doherty is still a foreign player in Europe still. So
what I will say quickly to Benedict though is look, at the end of the day, I fully get what you're saying. They're definitely here because of this homegrown stuff and maybe a bit of a British spine. I suppose that's a good point, Benedict. But as far as understanding derbies, none of these players I think I can ever remember showed up in a derby. So I wouldn't say they fully understand the derbies, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I'm not being funny, but Henderson was just doing sideways passes for Liverpool mostly, wasn't he? And then look at how he's turned into a good player. And I still don't think he's that great. I think he just shouts and that's it.
Henderson's won the Champions League and a league.
Well, yeah, but because of other players, mate. So
Winks probably won the under-21s player of the year.
Okay, here we go again. I'm sorry. You're telling me that Henderson is any better than any other player? I mean, if Winks had shown a little bit more...
Wait, just to make sure. Quickly, gentlemen, just make sure. Are we saying Jordan Henderson is as good as Harry Winks, better than Harry Winks? What are you trying to say, Alex?
I don't think Henderson's that great. I think
why are we talking about Henderson because you think he's comparable to Harry Winks? Is that why we're
comparable to Harry Winks as well? I think he's improved. I think he works hard. Yes, he's a hard-working player. But if you're talking about, I mean, Skip will be streets ahead of him. Let's be honest here. If he keeps his conjecture going further, but I'm not being funny. Henderson's not that great. He ain't that great.
Yeah, but Alex, he gets stuck in. He gets stuck in.
Yes, he does.
But he's got you can't compare Henderson. You can't compare Henderson.
Players next to him. That's why.
Winks plays with Son and Kane. He has world-class players in with him. What are you talking about, lad?
Oh, here we go.
What are you? Honestly, you're saying Kane and Son aren't world-class?
No, they're world-class. They're class.
Are you saying Maurice is a world-class goalkeeper?
Yes, they're class, but I'm just saying that.
Let's go back. Let's go back through some of the other. Obviously, now there's not as many world-class players, but you're using them. He's not playing with world-class players as an excuse. You're telling me Toby and Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen weren't world-class?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying.
Kyle Walker, world-class.
Yeah,
Danny Rose, great left back.
You could argue that maybe.
Moussa Dembele, world-class. Do you want me to go through more? I can. You keep making
your argument about him Moussa Dembele is a different player to Winks, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No, because I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Let me just clarify,
different player. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Situation again. I just want to clarify what I'm talking about is right. You started comparing Harry Winks to Jordan Henderson. So
yes.
Right.
Yes, and I think let
me finish. I'm clarifying, right? And then you also said that what was it? Henderson is playing around world-class players. Yeah. You said that. These are your words. Okay. So I've gone through world-class players that we've had at Tottenham over the years. So what's your excuse now?
Well, okay. Let me start again here, right?
The stars. Let me get through the rest of the super chats while the stars recollect, David. Let me get through the super chat while the stars recollect, David. While they recollect. I'm just giving you a chance here, Alex. Just give me a chance. Let me just give Just giving you a chance, Alex. Giving you a chance, Alex. You even admitted yourself. But Benedict, really big yourself up, Ben. Really big yourself up. Honestly, absolute legend, Ben. Good to have you back in the Harris Army. Good to have you here. Absolute legend, Benedict. We really do appreciate you. Kev Williams saying, Doreen from Hotspur Way canteen is ahead of Winks. David, really? What do you say to that? David, or even Alex, what do you say to Kev? David, I want you to respond to that.
Yeah, look, just quickly, look, Kev, I agree. Look, when Alex was talking about hard working, he did say that with Harry Winks a bit earlier on in the stream. If we go back about half an hour or 20 minutes, he did say that. And when he said that, the first thing I was thinking of, Kev Williams, actually, believe it or not, was he hard working in the canteen cleaning the tables for Doreen? I don't know. That's what my initial thoughts were, Kev Williams, my man. Absolute legend. That's what the initial thoughts were. But yeah, look, we'll move on because we've hella super chats to get through again.
Absolutely. Rebsy85 saying, if you get in a scrap at the pub, who do you want next to you, Skip or Winks? It's not even a question. Bashing blokes in the midfield is the job. And yeah, Skip is my man. David, what about you? If you were in the pub, who would be your man? Get into a little Scrabble.
Yeah, I'd take Skip because I know he'd hop in. Harry Winks.
He's got the hard jaw as well. He's got a nice jaw. He'd probably take a few punches, you think, as well.
You look round for Harry Winks, he's already at home tucked in bed beside the missus. So look, at least Skip stand there with you, you know what I mean? You look round for Harry Winks and he's ringing you, sorry mate, I just had to get home, just tucked in beside the missus. Let me know how you get on, So I wouldn't take
Alex, apart from football, who are you going for? Not football related, Alex, you're just in the pub, someone just accidentally spilled their drink on you, maybe on purpose. Who do you have? Who's your wingman stepping up in front of you?
I'll take Harry Winks because he's more reliable. I'll take Harry Winks.
Skip has been more reliable in 3 games than what Harry Winks is in the whole career.
That's a terrible question anyway for me because
no, Ribsy, it's not. It's a great question.
It's a terrible
question, Ribsy. Don't worry.
It's a terrible question. If you put Henderson, I'll put Harry Winks every single time because I don't rate Henderson. I'm sorry.
Ribsy, they're only bad questions if you expose Alex's loyalty to Harry Winks beyond any rationale. That's the only reason why Alex is a bad question. It's a great question, Ribsy. Don't mind them. Great question.
And William Kelly, yet again, he's answering my question about, the Australian sun in terms of it. He's saying, like a lobster, Jack. William, I'm honestly, but I will tell you, William, just keep your head up. The lobster sunburn, as I can say from experience, William, the lobster sunburn, it always turns into a little bit of a tan, for us Irish at least. Eventually the pink turns into a tan, the tomato turns into a tan, just somehow works out that way. So I will say, William, just keep your head up. It'll eventually come through. But William, I appreciate the answer as well. I do appreciate the answer. You're like Dark Sun G. He's like Dark Sun G, David. He loves a good answer, to some of those as well. We really do appreciate that, William. You and Dark Sun G, William, absolute legends of this stream. Absolute legends. And Blake, interesting name, Blake DRC. How would you say it, David? How do you think?
Skip's just as safe as Winks. Fans.
How would you say the name? I said Blake D'Arcy.
Oh no, Blake Darcy. Darcy, Jack.
Blake Darcy. Sorry, David. Yeah, no, you're right. Blake Darcy. My apologies. Says Skip's just as safe as Winks fans are gassing a lot. Dave, what do you say to Blake?
Well, mate, at least I'm loyal, mate. You know what I mean? At least I'm loyal.
Yeah, I know. Look, I get the loyalty, but Alex, you can still be loyal and just say, look, at the end of the day, I love the guy. I want to marry him, whatever, but he's just not good enough. You can still be honest and still be loyal. You can still find Alex, to be honest with you, right? I'm not doubting you love the guy. I'm not doubting you're loyal, but look, sometimes the loyalty, look, you wanted this debate. You wanted to come in. You wanted to bring me to school. And look, your loyalty is just kind of twisted yourself up, Alex. But no, look, Blake, my man. Winks fans, look, it's going to be a hard day. Honestly, when Harry Winks leaves, when he leaves, I'm going to wish him the best of luck. And I'll send tissues over to the Winks crew. Alex, you just give me a list of who in your company and let me know, lad. And I'll send over a nice supply of Kleenex for the lot of yous.
And Dark Sun G, he was speaking about the Henderson debate earlier, saying about Henderson, he is the captain at the end of the day. And he also says he gets injured playing for the Derby for Liverpool because he fights for the club. Mr. Easy Pass doesn't fight. Yeah, to be honest, who would you more likely see, doing a 2-footed tackle for the club, to win the game, especially what we saw Winksy do, just clotheslining people. Alex, we saw Skippy, he was clotheslining people left and right, just to let us win against City. Would we see Winksy doing that? Absolutely not, in my opinion. Absolutely not. There's just no question. There's just no question.
If he does a 2-footed challenge, Jack, he gets a red card. So
but this is the thing, Alex. There are certain players, Alex. There are certain players, Alex, that are paid enough money. They're paid enough coin to get away with it, Alex. They're paid enough coin. That's why you pay them the big bucks to get away with the dark arts, to get away with it. That's why they're paid for it. So to be honest, it's what you pay the big bucks for, is for them to get away with some of those challenges, if you ask me. But as well, Dark Sun G, absolute legend, I will say. And as well, David, did I miss any super chats at all? Just want to make sure.
No, I don't think we did. I was going to say, how many questions have we got left, Jacko?
Maybe we could do 2 more, but I know there's a huge one left, David. There is a huge one that I just know the Harris Army is going to absolutely love. What's up, Alex?
Jack, I need to say something. Saw something in the chat saying, "Oh, I'm definitely a troll." I've just said if you watch the beginning of the stream, mate, I'm no troll, mate. I make box office, mate. So I don't need to do that, mate. You know what I mean?
Doesn't even have a Twitter. He doesn't even have a Twitter.
Alex, you need me to be box office.
No, mate, I don't need anybody. I can just make it box office myself. I just need to get on the stream and just say my opinions, and that's it. So I'm not afraid, mate. So I'm not a troll, mate. You know what I mean? So good for the comments, though, mate. Good for your comments, mate.
No, look, Alex. Man. Look, Alex isn't a troll. Look, Alex is a good guy. He has plenty of banter. Just look, his opinions are completely different to everyone else. But look, let's respect the man. I'm not going to say respect his opinions. You don't have to. You don't even have to respect my opinions. You know what I mean? But look, one thing Alex isn't is a troll. Maybe a gooner. We don't know, but he's not a troll.
Dave, this is the big one. This is the big one of the evening. This is the big question of the evening. And I think there's only 3 answers. Maybe there's a right answer. I'm not going to say that. But Harris Army as well. As you know, Harris Army, I need you spamming that chat with what you think the right answer to this question is. But should Harry Winks be a starter, be in the starting 11 for the squad? Should he be, a backup, a squad player? Or should he be a free agent, someone like Oria, someone we pay out the rest of the contract for? David, I think I know your answer, and I'm pretty sure, we all know your answer. You probably don't have to dive too much into it, but what do you feel like, David? What's your answer in terms of that?
Look, for me, I would say, I'll be honest, look, my feelings. I would say I put him on a free agent. Look, I'm getting to the point with this guy. I'd rather give like an Niall John or someone the opportunities that Winks, the very limited opportunities that Winks will be getting, to be honest with you. That's what I would rather do. But look, right now, if you ask me, I probably would keep him as a squad player to January, just in case we have like a really emergency injury crisis. But ideally, I would say a free agent. And Rob Coyne, I just want to say to you, man, I just seen your comment. Look, lad, look, it's my fault. It's my fault, man. I just haven't been able to get up. The chat's been absolutely flying, my man. It's been absolutely flying. And with me debating and stuff like that, usually I'm the ones that in between gets up all the comments and everything else. It's my fault, Rob. I do apologise. But look, get your questions in and we will get them answered, my man. I'm sorry. But yeah, look, I'm going to go free agent, Jack. Look, for me with Harry Winks, man, it just, look, He's just not good enough to be here. It's getting to the point, like, we're getting knocked out of these early round of the cups that we shouldn't be. He's not really helping the squad. He's not being a squad player would be winning them sort of games that they should be winning. Getting us through to the next round of the games, getting us through to these next round of the cups, maintaining when a player goes out injured, maintaining that same standard, keep helping us win these games. But the fact of the matter is, he doesn't. So for me, I would say a free agent.
There it is. At Harris Army, I'm seeing a lot of the same answer from them as well. Alex, how do you feel about it? Where should he be in the squad? Where does he deserve to be? Where do you feel like it?
I think we just need to move on from this. I just think it's a squad player, and that's it. I think he is a squad player. So that's it, really.
Squad player?
But I do admit that I think a loan would be better for him maybe in the future. But I do have to state that
you want to loan a 24-year-old out.
But I'd have to state that I don't think him leaving the club is gonna, because he's not the player that's causing the problems in the squad. He's not a big problem in the squad. No, he still works hard and stuff like that, and he's a good member of the squad. But I do feel that maybe a loan, maybe if we do get some money for him, because at the end of the day, homegrown players do come with a premium, whether you think they're good or not. So maybe that might benefit him in the future. Maybe.
Interesting. I would say, he seems to be done with the matter. And so maybe we just finish with the last question of the evening. And I feel like it's just a bit. Yeah, sorry, David.
Yeah, just quickly, we take the super chat from Will, and then we will get Rob's question up. We'll answer that, and then we'll take the last question, if that's all right, Jacko.
No problem. Will Stewart saying, anyone who personally attacks Alex is a troll. I would say, especially any personal attacks, is absolutely not condoned. Absolutely not condoned. The chat has been flying. I've been trying to look through the questions and everything, so I would say I'm not been.
No, it hasn't even been. There hasn't been.
Just making sure.
It's not really a personal attack at all. I just
making sure.
Yeah. It's cool. It's just just making clear that I'm not a troll. If I really wanted to be a troll, I'd be on Twitter.
You certainly would, Alex. That's what I would say.
I don't enjoy being comments. I just go on shows and make it box office, and that's it. Because I'm not afraid of saying my opinion, whether people don't agree with me or not. I don't mind them saying it. Whatever.
No, 100%.
It's all fun for me.
No, it is.
No,
look, let me make it clear. There was no personal attacks on Alex. Alex just didn't like being called a troll. That's all it was. Drama averted. Let's move on. Let's take Robbie.
Sorry. Yeah, I just read it as it was, and I completely agree, Will, and I appreciate that, Will. I completely agree. And I know Alex agrees, but as well, I haven't seen much of it. So I would say to the Harris Army, well done. Way to keep it just on football. To the Harris Army, I do appreciate you.
1 second.
Sorry. Rob Coyne. Apologies, Rob Coyne. I do apologize, Rob. And as well, Rob, I just got to say, it's just been a crazy episode. It's just been a crazy chat. Like, I haven't been able. It's been, it's just been. I've almost been blind looking through the chat as well, Rob. So I do apologize. And he says, how about Emerson? Is he going to come straight into the starting 11? Also, how do you feel about Serge Campbell, maybe Serge Aurier moving over to Arsenal?
Yeah,
it's a two-part question. I would say in terms of Emerson, like I said, I'm super excited, to be honest. This is one that a lot of people have rated who didn't really care about Tottenham. He moved on he was not basically on loan at Real Betis from Barcelona. Barcelona re-signed him on a big new contract. Barcelona realized that, they weren't able to make any of the payments practically on any of their players and any of their big new talents. They didn't make the payments for Emerson. They basically had to make Emerson leave on a huge cut price. Apparently 30 million was a huge cut price for what they normally would have wanted, which then just says a lot about the player. Tackles plus interceptions, one of the best right backs in all of La Liga last season. I think it was around 4.9 tackles and interceptions per match, which is just ridiculous. But yeah, Emerson, I absolutely love. Would he get into the starting 11 right away? I think you would wait in a back four. I think, you would wait until Tanganga maybe did something in a back five, back three. I think I would put him at right wing back right away ahead of Doherty for me, right ahead of Doherty right away. But how do you feel about Serge Campbell, David?
Yeah, do you know what? On this one, look, obviously I don't like anybody going to Arsenal, especially from Tottenham. But look, at the end of the day, he has to earn a living. I suppose you could probably see it coming. I think it was on his Twitter. I think it was his message to the fans. I'll see you soon. I believe a winky face after it. So I think he knew that it was coming. Yeah, but look, he's going to get as much hate when he puts on that jersey. Believe me, just because he was a Spurs player, I ain't letting him off lightly. In fact, it's going to make me hate him 10 times more. So, look, he can cross that threshold if he dares, but then I don't want to hear him crying one bit about it after.
I love the question, Rob. I absolutely love the question as well. Rob, I would just say about Emerson, like Romero, it's just somebody that you just got to bring onto the pitch in a cage. They're not allowed to be near other human beings, before the match. It's just somebody that you just got to put a muzzle on practically. They're just that. They're just that crazy. They're that aggressive. They're that good at defenders. So, Rob, that's all I'll say. Just be excited about Emerson, Rob. Just be excited. Darks on G. Alex, a squad player, is someone who can come in when our aces are out and can do at least 70% of the job they can do. I haven't seen him do that. Why I haven't seen him do that is why. Sorry, Dave, am I missing this? I haven't seen him do that.
He was putting in FA in the comments, and I didn't actually understand what it meant either. But I haven't free agent
I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them do it. So that's why he's a free agent. In my opinion, easy pass is Cameron Carter-Vickers. I think that's what he means. Yeah, honestly, that might even again be a bit kind, to easy pass, considering with Cameron Carter-Vickers, we never gave him the chance. We never did. And at least with easy pass, you would argue that we gave him way too many chances.
By the way. We're making money on Carter-Vickers.
And we're losing money on Winks. Would you argue that maybe, Alex?
I think we need to move on from the Winks thing anyway. But at the end of the day, the way the club is run is the way it's run at the moment. And we're doing well. I still say it's a transitional season at the moment, and it's going to be interesting with Emerson because Emerson. He's ready to go into the team. He is ready. I still think it's going to take time for him to settle in, from what I've heard. So, but yeah, it looks on the face of it a good signing, but again, it's going to take time. Take time for him to settle in and stuff. So, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. To be honest. And and Serge Aurier, I don't think we can really complain. I mean, but it just sums up how bad Arsenal are at the moment.
Yeah.
And I thought that Tottenham were relegation candidates this season. It really looks really to that point for Arsenal. And I'm not actually looking at it and laughing at the moment because it just shows you that you need to keep yourself moving up. Because you can find yourself going down, you see, and that's the thing. That's the scary thing, really. So, it's frightening to see how badly they have fallen. See, it's so frightening how they've badly fallen.
I just want to say to everybody, look, there is more questions in the tank. I'm going to give everyone the option now. Do you want to keep continuing, or do you want us to get Alex back for a round 2? Everybody in the comments, let us know.
There's one last good final question that we could finish on, that we could just finish a good debate on, or maybe do 2 quicker ones. Maybe we just finish. I think this one would be kind of funny, I would argue. Yeah. And maybe, I know you two would enjoy it especially, and I'd like Alex to go first if he would like to go first. If he doesn't want to go first on this one, he could let David go on it.
Keep it going. You, Jack. That's easy. You, Jack.
I'm not even gonna read it.
You, Jack. You got membership of it, mate.
This is your favorite comment, mate. This is your favorite comment. It's like you copy and pasted it from the chat.
You are, mate. You love your FIFA.
No, Alex. I'm gonna answer this. The reason why I say Alex is the one playing too much FIFA because. In his head, right, he captains Ben Davies on FIFA. That's the leader Alex is talking about. Great at going forward. Maybe that's a bit of pace. That's FIFA talk, let's be honest. Great at crossing the ball. It's, again, that doesn't happen in real life. That's FIFA talk. Defending doesn't happen in real life. That's FIFA talk. Then you go on to Harry Winks, the guy battling midfield. That's FIFA talk. So look, at the end of the day, Alex, I actually think it's probably you that may be playing a bit too much FIFA, lad, or something. You know what I mean? But I definitely think it's you playing FIFA, my man.
Oh, at least I'm realistic, man. At least I'm not delusional, thinking that I'm gonna get rid of all the players, and then I'm gonna get some top players in for some reason from somewhere where they want to come to a club that's in the Europa Conference League as well. Oh, Romero. That's really gonna happen. Really gonna happen.
Romero.
Never gonna happen, isn't
Romero.
it? It's like we believe that it's like when people say that Adnan Traore is a very good player when he hasn't got even enough assists than Bergwijn, who had a bad season, I was told. Sorry. What is this? You know what I mean? Never heard such rubbish in my whole life. My gosh. It's like the same thing about Gareth Bale. We're missing goals all of a sudden because Gareth Bale scored loads of goals last season. He shouldn't have even been the team last season. He shouldn't have even been at Tottenham last season. Sorry.
Let us know in the comments, Harris Army, which one of them is playing FIFA. Let us know in the comments.
It stopped Bergwijn from developing last season. It stopped Bergwijn. And we're still complaining about it because we're saying that Gareth Bale scored loads of goals. He scored loads of goals because the team were playing around him because he didn't track back most of the time. That's why he lost loads of goals. That's why Doherty was so bad last season. Because who was in front of him? Oh, it's Gareth Bale.
Well, look, we're going to spare Alex from his misery. He has plenty of homework to do. We've given him plenty of homework to take.
I don't need to do today's
stream. So look, we're going to have to give him a few days to complete it. Alex will get him back on next week so I can grade his homework. But guys, it's been an absolute immense stream. It's been a fantastic stream. We're going to let Alex go off to play some more FIFA. I think we've already heard the image of Winks and Davies in his head already. The fact we need to let him go and restore that image. I do want to say, before we do get onto this very, very generous super chat from William Kelly, what an absolute legend. Look, I want to say to people out there, I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to see more of this hybrid version of Kaniki Answer Me over international breaks and whenever we can get it out. Let me know if you want to let me know if you want to keep it me, Jack, and Alex. If you want to keep it me, Jack, and Alex, let's see what we can do. Guys, it's been absolutely brilliant. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody for all the support today. It's been absolutely insane. A massive thank you to everybody for tuning in. I want to make a quick apology. I am aware today I didn't get as many comments up on screen as I usually do. A lot of it was super chats. I'm well aware of that. I hold my hands up. But Alex frustrates me sometimes. I lose control of what I'm doing, and I have to listen carefully to Alex so I can debate.
Me as well. I apologize.
Track. And look, I do Jack, you have no reason to apologize. You do the hosting. You moderate and an awful lot. It's usually me that does this job. I let my standards slip today. I want to say to the Harris Army out there, my fault, but I will make it up to every single one of you. But look, we do have another super chat to get to, the last one of the evening, and it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane.
William Kelly, absolute legend. William Kelly, you and Dark Sun G, just absolute legends of the night. Absolute legends of the night. Dark Sun G as well, as per usual, is always the legend. But William Kelly, you as well. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, William. He says, I just want to say, guys, love your shows. Never laughed as much. I can't even stand straight. Yeah, sometimes I will say I've even watched some episodes that I haven't even been on, plenty of times, William. That's what made me love this show, is for, the stomach is hurting, you can't even eat, you got to take a minute, just to get back into it. It's honestly been, this has been one of the best shows in terms of debate, just good therapy, I would say, for the whole Spurs fan base. Just good therapy, just good laughs, good debate. No consequences to it at all as well, is probably what you would say. But William, you've just been such a legend, William. I do hope you enjoy it, as well as Bendallo. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. I know
he said
Jiminy as well. I hope, Jiminy, if you've been watching tonight, I hope you've been enjoying it. But yeah, Bendallo, Jiminy, everybody that's, not even, let's just say anybody that's maybe not having the best of nights, anybody that's not having the best of weeks, months, whatever it may be. We do hope that, you've enjoyed at least this show. We do hope that this is maybe the brighter spark in your day, the brighter part of your day. But everybody, William Kelly, you're an absolute legend. Anything to say to William, David?
Yeah, look, William, I want to say, man, I really, really do appreciate it. Look, I know how expensive Australia can be, my man. So that's very, very generous. It's very, very generous. And look, from the bottom of my heart, my man, I really appreciate it. And look, that's a night out, man. You've took a night out off yourself, But look, I really, really do appreciate it, my man. I hope we've provided, maybe, I know what it's like, people being away from the homeland and stuff like that. I hope we've provided a bit of comfort for the evening, and I'm glad you really have enjoyed it. I'm glad. Look, at the end of the day, Jack, we wanted to bring this show. The fans have been asking for it, but we also wanted to bring a bit of light relief because we knew me and Alex would get into it. We banter each other, so we just wanted to bring a bit of light relief to everybody, at the minute. And look, hopefully it's worked. Everyone, I do want to make sure everyone, please get in the comment section and give Alex the biggest big up you can give him.
Please do that. You need to do that. You need to do that.
And same to Jack. Look, hosting this with me and Alex, it's not an easy job. Trust me, I've tried to host Marcelo and Alex, and it's not easy. Me and Alex, definitely not easy. So I want to say a massive thank you to Jack as well. What a job he's done. But William Kelly, what an amazing super chat, my man. And I really do appreciate it, brother. I really do appreciate it. I want to, BW says, give us a thumbs up, Davey Boy. And Nigel Gates and Eric Dyer, nominated for Player of the Month, was it? Or, nominated for Player of the Month. Look, credit where credit's due at the end of the day. I think Sanchez probably should have been nominated over him.
Yeah.
Well, look, at the end of the day, I want to see my players nominated for Player of the Month. It means we've had a good month and a successful month. So, do you know what? On that aspect, Nigel Gates, I hope long may it continue. But big up,
William.
You've
absolute legend.
Yeah, you've absolutely, you've stunned me, my man. I appreciate it. And Jack, we'll take this one and then we'll let you, maybe plug the flatcapeurotalk after this, and then we'll get out of here.
Sure. Dark Sun G, another legend. Dark Sun G as well. Just, honestly, you're an absolute knight of the Harris Army. I'll say it again and a million times more. But Dark Sun G says, because of Easy Pass, Tongi wants out. Easy Pass doesn't help Tongi's growth, like what you said about Bale and Stevie. So do your homework and come back. Whoa, Dark Sun G. Dark Sun G. I absolutely love it. Dark Sun G. I'll just break it down, Dark Sun G. Just quickly so I can break it down.
Someone make my day. Put in a super chat and hashtag Alex do your homework. That make my day.
I've done my.
Alex, before I let you come in,
I've done a tag team on you today, mate. So I don't need to do anything, man. You know what I mean? I've got a tag team.
I've done a tag team on you a long time ago.
You know what I mean?
Nothing to tag team.
I see Davies and Winks done a tag team on you a long time ago.
Tag team, bruv. It's easy, bruv. It's easy work for me, boy, man. So what are you coming on for, like, telling me? I mean, this whole thing about Undumbelly. Oh, it's nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Alex, the super chat is blowing up here. They're saying they're seeing a lot of gold stars circle around your head.
Oh, really? Wow. This is what he's coming to now. I mean, this is the guy that said, Harry Winks and Davis are going to outlast Harry Kane. What's that saying to you then? That is the Harry Kane team then, isn't it? Then?
Well, I should hope that I should. Let me be honest. 1 second, Alex. I think you're losing the plot a little bit. Relax.
About, isn't it?
Exercises.
Deep breaths, Alex. Deep breaths, Alex. Deep breaths.
Look, I'm doing this for your health. For your own health. Look, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
My health is fine.
1 second. Just deep breaths, Alex. 1 second.
Really?
No, look, Alex, the statement you just made, right? I know, you got a bit antsy and whatever, right? I love it. It's brilliant. But do you realize what you just said? That, Davies and Winks won't outlast Harry Kane. It's the Harry Kane team. Harry Kane is world class, gets our goals and most assists all last season. And
so why do we not do well last season, David?
Take a minute and think about what you just said, please.
Why do we not do well last season, David?
Why we didn't do well last season? Because Ben Davies
last season, David,
and he was shit. Harry Winks ended up coming in and playing, and he was shit. And not only them, there's a few others, but that's why. But look,
Kane wasn't playing.
1 minute. Take reflection on what you just said, why Jack finishes this super chat, and then come back and explain to everyone that you want Harry Winks and Ben Davies to outlast Harry Kane.
No, I didn't say that.
Dark Sun G saying because of Easy Pass, Tongi wants out. Easy Pass doesn't help Tongi grow. And like what you said about Bale and Stevie. So do your homework, come back. What I would say with Easy Pass is that he does hurt Tongi's growth. You know, it just seems, you know, someone that uninspiring to train next to you probably just hurts you. Like a lot of things in life, David, and David and I would know this. You know, having good people around you make you better. Like having Alex around us today has only made us better. You know, it's only, but Alex, having you around us has only made us better. It's only made us better having you around us. But, you know, kind of like with Easy Pass, though, like with Easy Pass, having Easy Pass around doesn't exactly make you better. Doesn't exactly make you better as a player, is what I would say. But honestly, Dark Sun G, he's then saying with Bale and Stevie, it's the exact same relationship. So do your homework and come back.
Nonsense.
Alex, we're going to have to have a parent-teacher meeting over you now in a minute because, look, you know, some of these, you're getting bad grades here, Alex. Look, I took you to school today. You know, I've given you a lot of homework to do. Dark Sun G recognizes it.
Oh, really?
Oh, you're lucky Dark Sun G wasn't here, Alex. You're lucky Dark Sun G wasn't here. You're lucky Dark Sun G wasn't here.
Okay. Right, the energy's coming up now. Is it the end of the show? Is it the end of the show? Oh, it's the end of the show. Oh, right. Okay, this is my last word then. Let's go then. Let's go. Right. Okay. Right. The energy. A grenade's coming right now, and it's Alex, and he's really got the energy up right now. I'm sorry. What are you talking about? Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Dark Sun G. You're a legend, mate. Absolute legend. Don't agree with you, though. Sorry. What are you talking about? Ndombele's problem is because he doesn't work hard. And whose fault is that? That's Ndombele's fault.
Alex, this isn't FIFA.
What, pardon?
This isn't FIFA.
Oh, really? Please, honestly,
he has his own minds against him, David.
You two are members. of FIFA Club, so don't even go there.
Like I said,
I can tag team you every single time.
You're part of your pro club team.
Every single time, Bob. That's the thing, Bob. It's easy for me. It's easy food and drink every single time, mate. But anyway, moving on. Like I said, we are not moving on because we were so focused on Kane last season. During the summer, that we're still going to be the same team this season because we're relying on Song and Kane. So where are we moving forward? We're not moving forward at all, are we? So what are we talking about? And then what you're saying to me is, because Kane's still here, if Kane leaves, some of the players that are not suitable for our team anymore are still staying in front more longer than Kane. So really, why are we moving forward if we're still focused on Kane?
So, hang on. You want to keep Davies and Winks as a backup player, but you want to sell Harry Kane. Is that what you're saying now? Just to be clear.
No, what I'm saying is that we're so focused on Kane, we're not focusing on the team. And that's the whole
we are.
It's about the team.
Yeah, I think you may be focused on Kane. I think maybe you're focused on Harry Kane. Everyone that I always speak about the team. I don't know where it is. Everyone's focused on Harry Kane
because you keep on mentioning.
No, we do stats for Jack. We do stats
from FIFA.
analytical analysis of formation of players of the team. So we do actually the evidence is there if you look at the YouTube videos that we do actually look at the whole team, Alex. The videos are actually there. That'll prove you wrong.
But William Kelly here. William Kelly again with yet again another super chat. William Kelly. Honestly, I really do hope you have something saved up for yourself tonight. Maybe it's a bit of that winter's champagne, William. Maybe it's a bit of that, maybe a bit of ice cream that you have down there for a hot day, popsicle, maybe just a bit of something, special in the freezer, in the fridge, a bit of beer, whatever it is, Foster's, I don't know. But let me know, William. Let me know what that special treat is because you've been an absolute legend to us. William Kelly, really. Honestly, true legend of the Harris Army. He says, Alex's box office. Get him on Netflix. Alex, when is the Netflix offer coming? It might come from us at some point, Alex, but, maybe it will come from someone else first.
Oh, I'm just a Tottenham fan, mate. That just wants to...
He doesn't, you guys. He doesn't like to be... He's not a troll, so he wouldn't even be on Netflix.
I'm just a Tottenham fan that just wants to argue for other other opinions rather than hearing the same status quo like it's from David every single time, and then hear from Jack and his fascination with FIFA. Anyway, but anyway, I think I've scored them today. So I think I've really enjoyed myself today because I've really scored them today on my opinions. So
lots of chalk was used. Lots of chalk was used. Lots of chalk for the boards was used. I would say, the rulers were brought out. Sorry, David. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say, Alex, you're in detention now on next Thursday evening. You don't speak to your teachers like this. Detention for you.
You're funny, Bob. You didn't teach me anything. You taught me nothing, Bob.
No, look, honestly, we'll take these 2 super chats. Jack, you plug your flat cap, your talk, and then we're going to end off so me and Alex can have a good out laugh in the background as well.
Absolutely.
And then I'm off to bed because it is 12:30.
Absolutely. Nigel Gates saying everybody's entitled to an opinion, no matter how wrong it is. Nigel Gates, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, Nigel, we find ourselves in a bunch of bubbles. I mean, as much as the Harris Army is, the most powerful army there is, as much as the Harris Army is the most powerful fan base there is, we are probably a bit of a bubble. We are a very, very, very big bubble. We are a bit of a bubble, I would say. So, everybody in a certain room can be wrong. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody is fully capable of being as wrong as the next guy. I completely agree, Nigel. Completely agree. Really well said. Anything to say that, David?
Yeah, no, look, everyone's opinion is valid. Like Nigel said, no matter how wrong people may think it is, everyone's opinion is valid. But look, at the end of the day, opinions are there to be debated on. So that's what it's about, Nigel. But big up. Great super chat, my man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Nigel. Really do appreciate you. Rob Coyne, Dark Sun G, Aman Arnasia, Jerry. Everybody's just been an absolute legend tonight in the comments. William Kelly saying, "Cash job, boys. Tax man wants to see." Oh, good to hear. Good to hear, William. Good to hear, William. But William, I'm glad you're doing well. And also let me know, maybe just save a bit of that cash maybe for that lobster sunburn you were talking about, because, it's good to get a bit of aloe, whatever you have down there to, to ease the pain.
Supposed to be good for it, Jack.
Aloe vera, what's up?
Natural yogurt's supposed to be good for sunburn.
That could be good. I just get a bit of aloe vera. Just get a big tub of aloe vera for me when I get into the lobster mode. But let me know, William. And for the next show, William, let me know. But William, you're an absolute legend, as well as Dark Sun G right here. Dark Sun G, as always. I mean, we've been waiting for you, Dark Sun G. Please email us. Please, put us in Twitter, whatever it is. We want you on the fan show. We want you. You just right beside us as well. Even for this debate, we would have wanted you, Dark Sun G. We probably were even saving you, from going at Alex, because it just would have been a bit unfair, Dark Sun G. If it were you versus Alex, Dark Sun G, I would only put my money on one man. You know who that would be, Dark Sun G. So big yourself up. And he says, "How will anyone be motivated looking at Mr. Easy Pass? He isn't good and yet gets picked, while skillful players get benched over him. Bad influence, in my opinion." Yeah, horrible influence in the squad, David. What do you think?
Yeah, look, I just get into
the point even for Tongi, David, like you could even say maybe it wasn't Mason that ruined Tongi, it was Winks.
Yeah, look, I just look at some of these players, and I'm looking at them now, and they're starting to do more harm than good for themselves, for the club. And look, he's just, for me, look, in terms of if you're looking at youngsters looking up, and Harry Winks, that's who I want to be. It's never going to happen. They're never going to look at Harry Winks. A 15 or 14-year-old's never sitting there looking at Harry Winks and that's the player I want to be. And if your youngsters aren't doing that and he's a homegrown player in your squad and he's the representative of that, you get him gone. He's not good enough.
Yep. And honestly, I'm going to say it again because it needs to be happening again. Kev Williams, Dark Sun G, William Kelly. I know I'm missing some. Just everybody. David, Stefan Blois. Honestly, I know there's a million I'm missing. I really do apologize. Like, honestly, you guys have been all absolute legends. Absolute legends. We really do appreciate you. It's been a whirlwind show. It's been a whirlwind.
Appreciate you getting on. Appreciate you doing your super chats, but getting yourself on the fan show. Because the thing is, like, you're spending all this money, and it's fantastic. You're supporting David, fantastic. But get yourself on the fan show to give your opinion. Get yourself on the on the screen to speak about your opinions. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Oh, look, definitely get the the memberships and come on and share your opinions with us. But don't listen to Alex, guys. The super chats are needed to help.
Oh yeah.
Help keep producing the content that we are putting out there, guys. But like Alex is saying, especially to you, Dark Sung G, I want to see you on the fan show Monday. David, I always see you, as well. Another one, William Kelly. Guys, I want to see a lot more new, fresh faces on this fan show, guys, every Monday. So get yourselves up. We will make room for absolutely everybody. And don't worry, if I have to sit there for 6 hours, I will. Not a problem.
No, we appreciate the super chats. I did say appreciate the super chats. I did say that, but just saying that, just get yourself on the fan show. Don't you? So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right, probably, Alex. Considering the bravery that you've shown, the courage that you've shown coming on today, I think you're right to say that. But I think all I meant by it was William Kelly, Dark Sun G, especially Dark Sun G. As always, Dark Sun G, we absolutely love you and appreciate you. You're just such a legend. You're a bit of our almanac, our human stat man, our just absolute Mr. Reliable, you might say, or Mr. Reliable, Dark Sun G. And then William Kelly, really do appreciate you as well. You've been honestly insane, William Kelly. I do hope you've been having a good night in the Down Under. Hopefully it's not too late. Like I said, hopefully you have a bit of a treat for yourself tonight. And to everyone else, Nigel Gates, Will Stewart, Kev Williams, everybody else, really just big yourselves up. Absolute legends. David, big yourself up. And I do mean the other David, the David in the comments, the leader of the country, David. And then Kev Williams here. Big up the Harris Army, and come on, you Spurs. Big yourself up, Kev Williams as well. Been a fantastic show, an insane show, whirlwind show. Incredible to manage, I must say. Honestly, well done by both of you. You brought the box office, you brought the gloves, you brought the fight to it, and it's honestly it's all been good crack. At the end of the day, these guys are they're going to be sharing stuff at the end of the day, over cameras, beers, etc. Over it. So it's all good crack. They all enjoy each other. It's all been very friendly. And honestly, it's a good debate. It's all a good debate for anybody. There's no hard feelings. It's been perfect, you might say. No,
it's been absolutely brilliant. And guys, sorry if we did forget a couple of names for the super chats and that. Look, it's been so many today. So many today. It's I need to start
right. The Harris Army for today as well. Just huge.
But not only that, look, I want to say a massive thank you to the likes of Island Life. A massive thank you to Mr. Edwardson, John Fitzpatrick, THSE for Life, Chris, Aaron Dove. We have Dave Tyson, Paul Russell,
Zoe,
James, Jerry, Zoe, Am Singh. There's a lot more. You have George there. You have Bryce. You have Ribsy as well. Massive.
James Redmond is always here. Jerry's an absolute legend. Jerry's been an absolute legend.
Victor HM. And look, there's a lot more to mention.
James Joris.
Yeah, James Joris, Sue Smith. There's loads of guys. Absolute massive thank you to you. Greg as well, William McKenzie. There's loads of them. Everyone, a massive thank you to absolutely everybody, for tuning in, smashing that like button, the support on the channel, the subscribe that you've given us on the channel. It's absolutely insane, guys. But look, we are going to get out of here. We're going to give Jack a chance to plug his channel. I have a super chat from Will to give to Alex, but I'm going to let Jack plug his channel first. Then we'll get up that, and then we're out.
Yep, I just put a link in the comment section there. I'm not going to go too long about it in case anybody who hasn't gotten there to subscribe. If you're kind of feeling like you want a bit of a summary on the transfer window, I just released my biggest kind of misses, you might say my biggest flops of the transfer window, maybe the ones that the transfers that I kind of thought were probably the worst deals. I just released that today, and then yesterday I released the deals that I thought were the best deals for the value, the best deals for their money. And so in each of them I included 5 players for both of those videos. One was released yesterday, the other was released today. Tomorrow I'm going to be releasing which clubs in each of Europe's top 5 leagues, which club do I think won the transfer window over there. So there are going to be 3 transfer related videos coming out for you this week. If you're interested in any of the transfer related summaries, gossip, or just any of a bit of a synopsis of it, just stay tuned. Flat Cap Hero Talk. As always, it's Dave and I's second channel, a bit of a place for you to take a bit of a breath of fresh air from, some of the Spurs debates that we've had just now. If you're looking for that fresh air, just head on over to Flat Cap Hero Talk.
Yeah, guys, definitely do get over there. Check it out. Make sure you check out the Premier League predictions. If you want to know where I think Tottenham finish, you want to know where I think Arsenal finish, you want to know who me and Jack think is going to get relegated or who's going to be top 4, Get over there, check them out. I have to say, I got a great giggle out of the thumbnail you put up earlier on for the worst transfers. The face that you pull with it, perfect. The genius to put it together gave me a great giggle. Guys, please do get over there and check it out. We're putting Jack's putting out some great content. Easy listen, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, everybody, thank you for reminding me of that, David. As well, everybody, in case it's easier for you, do let me know. I'm going to start doing this, but in case it's easier for you, I'm going to start uploading a lot of these videos on Instagram as well. I know Instagram is, a place that plenty of you are on as well. So please follow me over at flatcapeurotalk. It's the same name. Just follow me over at flatcapeurotalk. I'll have a lot of the same videos on Instagram, on the Instagram Reels over there. Most of my videos for the pre-recorded ones are all usually supposed to be below 10 minutes. So please, if you don't need to go over to YouTube, just stay on Instagram. Find me over there. Follow me on Instagram, flatcapeurotalk. Follow me over there. You can find the videos over there as well.
Yeah, no, guys, definitely smash the subscribe button over there. We want to get to 300 subscribers on there before we start, smashing out some live streams on it and stuff like that. So, guys, get us over to 300. Start forcing Jack's hand to start doing these live streams, guys. Let's get him over to 300 subscribers over there on the Flat Cap Euro channel. Make sure you do, please get over there and show it the same love, the same support that you are showing this channel. It's insane. Alex, this is for you, my man. Will wants to know, are you brave enough to come on his channel? Oh, I think you're on mute, Alex.
I mean, at the moment, I'm just keeping my powder dry. At the moment, I wanted to I wanted to argue with David today because he's been tatting loads of rubbish for those last how many weeks on loads of other channels as well. You know what I mean? All I'm just going to do is repeat myself all the time, really. And it's only the beginning of the season, so there's not really that much to say, really. But yeah, that's it. There's another person as well I want to debate with as well, who I want to debate with. But other than that, yeah, at the moment I'm just keeping. I mean, I'm looking.
He's got a list. He's got a list, Mr. Alex.
Yeah.
He's got a list.
But look,
he's got a list of ones he's got to educate. He's got a list of ones he's got to educate.
What I will say to
I want to say this as well, that I'm not saying that this is definitely going to happen, but I might be doing something myself just to say stuff, put things out on what I feel as well.
No, I love it.
Well.
Watch this space.
Watch this space.
We'll see what happens.
No, look, I'm definitely going to keep pushing you to do that anyway. So there you are, Will. You have your answer. I don't think you actually answered it, but you have your answer, Will. So, Alex, is it yes or no for Will Stewart? Just quickly, yes or no?
No, at the moment.
Okay, maybe. We'll keep it at maybe. Big up, Will Stewart. Really appreciate it. And Marcelo says, you weren't on mute, Alex. You were just left speechless. Is this another person you want to debate, Marcelo?
Well, at the moment, I'm fine, mate.
He's a bit tired. He's a bit tired. I wouldn't want to face Marcelo.
I triggered him. I think I triggered him in the comments easily. It didn't take that long to trigger him. So, to be honest, I don't think really that much easy, really.
Right. I know. Seriously, enough of this. Absolutely love it. Look,
big up, everybody.
Guys, it's been absolutely brilliant.
Big up to Marcelo, though.
Yeah. No, big up to Marcelo. Absolute legend as well.
Big up to Will. Nothing against his channel. Just at the moment, I'm just.
It's a maybe. We're leaving it at a maybe.
Love to the Harris Army. Absolute. Harris Army has been insane tonight. Honestly, man of the match performance from the Harris Army, I would say. Man of the match performance from the Harris Army. We couldn't even keep up with you guys. It's our fault that we couldn't even keep up with you guys, but we couldn't even keep up with you guys. You guys are just insane in the comments, just insane. Super chats were insane in terms of your guys' engaging. It's not just the super chats in general. It's just the way you guys were engaging with everything. It was just ridiculous. I mean, David, it was just, I blinked and, practically 3 hours have gone by.
Yeah, it's at 2:57 now. Look, I think we've done our job, Jack. We wanted to provide a bit of light relief for everybody. I definitely think we've achieved that. Guys, it's been amazing. Alex was saying I chat a lot of rubbish and I'm on all these other shows doing it. There's a reason why I'm on all these other shows, Alex, because my points must be valid. Look, what I will say is, look, we better let Alex go. We better let him get out of his school uniform, get into his own club, start doing his homework.
I'm in a suit, mate.
But we will be back with round 2. We will be back for round 2. It's not a suit, it's a school shirt and a blazer, Alex.
Oh, really?
But look, what I will say, guys, is...
He needs his last word. He needs to get the last word in, doesn't he? Cheeky. By the way, Davis is still the best defender in the Premier League, mate.
Look, that's fair enough. But look, what I will say, guys, is look, we have to let Alex get out of his uniform, go and do his homework. We'll see you back here. Right, we'll see you back here Saturday, guys, with another live show. And look, we're definitely going to get Alex back on. We're going to make this a thing when we can. It's been absolutely brilliant. Next one, we will discuss topic present issues. You know, a lot of present issues as well. We're going to try and keep doing this for Alex. It's good fun. It's good banter, good relief. A massive thank you to you, the Harris Army out there. These shows do not happen without you guys. Me and Jack could sit here speaking to nobody. The fact that you guys tune in, you absolutely love it. You smash that like. You engage in the comment section. Even the super chatters who help support the channel and financially. It's absolutely amazing, guys. And I owe everything to you guys. Me, I'm nothing without you. Jack, he's nothing without you. And we owe everything to you. Absolutely insane. It's been a massive, massive show today. A very good one, guys. And look, what I will say is in Nuno we trust. And come on, you Spurs. We're top of the league, baby.
And Nuno we trust.
Come on, you Spurs.